From the Town Fair Tire Studios, the game is on the Sports Hub.
Goes to the backhand and scores! Two-hand slam!
Boston's home for sports.
I love this team!
98.5, the Sports Hub, a Beasley Media Group station. Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox got a Cedon Rafaela grand slam in the top of the sixth inning, and that was enough for a 4-2 win over the Athletics in Sacramento late last night. Peyton Tolley allowed the 2 runs. He threw 90 pitches over 5 1/3 innings of work for the win. This 4-game series will continue tonight. As for the newly acquired Curtis Mead, he struck out looking in his first at-bat in a Red Sox uniform and was then hit on the left wrist with a pitch and had to leave the game.
I felt okay. I'm squeezing my hand, feels okay. Just a little bit of pain rotating. We were able to get an x-ray and everything looked okay. So, I'm hopeful that, feel better tomorrow morning and, won't be a problem.
As you heard, the x-rays on the wrist came back negative. He is day to day. Yankees will be without All-Star Game MVP Cody Bellinger for the next 4 to 6 weeks. He has a strained hamstring. As for the Patriots, they had full attendance at a walkthrough practice on day 3 of training camp yesterday in Foxborough. Morgan Moses back in his starting position at right tackle as well. The team will go again this morning at 10:15 behind Gillette Stadium. Free agent safety Jamal Adams is signed with the Minnesota Vikings. Pro Bowl defensive lineman Vita Vea is asked Tampa Bay for a trade, and the 27-year-old son of Kansas City offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy was arrested Sunday night after allegedly shooting his mother, Bieniemy's wife, multiple times. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 15% off your drive-through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 6:30.
Listen to it, laugh at it, get mad at it, agree with it, argue about it. It is Boston Sports. Boston Sports. And it is all we do. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher
Yes, I finally shaved my nuts.
and Hardy
Who, me?
Just hanging around.
on 98
We're the best friends that can be, my buddy and me.
on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are Toucher and Hardy, Town Fair Tire Studios, 617-779-0985. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. And enjoy everything that we've got going on. Hardy is back today. Dan Roach was this 3-hour shift yesterday.
What?
Yeah, he left early.
He had to go to Patriots training camp for the Vrabel press conference.
Maybe he was all tuckered out after shooting the breeze. I heard that.
It's always a joy with Danny here.
Dan in here getting an easy paycheck during shooting the breeze. He didn't say much.
No, he acts offended.
Yeah.
And then he...
I think it was when you asked him what items in his home he microwaves toward the self-gratification that he just went silent. There was radio silence for a while.
That was my bad because the question was he couldn't use his hands.
Right.
And you would need to, in
You
order
would
to
need-
microwave it, to use your hands.
I'm glad that you played it out, though, in your head. And you said, wait a second, my own rules. I got to stick to my own. I got to play my game here.
Well, it was a caller's idea, but you gotta
Yeah.
honor the caller.
Yeah.
But yes, Dan, he acts incredulous towards the questions. Very easy to get going. He's the best person to do shooting the breeze with because it takes 2 seconds to get full phone lines because people just want to screw with him.
Yeah. How much recap afterglow postmortem did you do on the big 40th birthday party for Nick and Adolfo?
Not a lot. Adolfo, when I was told the story is that as we were leaving, I left at like 10:30, and I got caught up talking with people. And when I left, I went Adolfo, because I said we brought Adolfo on stage, I said he was one of my best friends. which moved him to almost to the point of tears.
Oh boy.
And he's like, "Do you mean it?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then we left.
Yeah, I mean it.
He wanted to walk me out, and when we were leaving, a woman was coming up the escalator, and Adolph was like, I think I'm gonna hit that."
Ah, there you go.
And she DM'd me yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, after the show, that was quite interesting.
And she says, "Fred, that was me in the escalator. I was pumping Adolfo up, not trying to bang him.
Oh,
I'm glad I left an impression on you, but I was hoping, Hey, anyway, you were so sweet. I'm glad I made you laugh. That was my goal. I loved meeting Johnny Wallgame, too. He was so kind and very charming.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was sad that you and Adolfo were leaving alone." Why would it be sad that I was leaving alone?
Born alone, die alone, leave Encore Boston Harbor alone.
Yes, assuming you have nowhere else to go, nobody to go to.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that she thought it was weird.
I thought it was sad that you appear to be alone in this world. No, I left the club.
Like, I was going to leave with this. That's actually kind of funny. It's almost complimentary that the impression would be that I was leaving with I was always with an entourage or some sort.
Yeah.
Or I was going to walk out arm in arm with like all these girls. No, I left alone. Adolfo went back. Adolfo was there till like 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, we have listener confirmation of that. Yeah.
Well, he wasn't the only one. I heard from Beaton and Gemelli that they were there until like 1 o'clock in the morning too.
Yeah, I guess they got to go to VIP and everything. So the memoir people were very nice to them. And then I told the story about how when I was texting with you, you said that you were in the car jokingly with one of the girls from the Squire, but I wasn't positive if you were lying.
You know what? I thought about that afterward because it was so matter of fact. I said, no, the one who lives in Canton, she's in the car with me right now.
And you know how when you're driving and you're on text, like it reads over the speakers in the car.
Mm-hmm.
So I ceased texting anymore because I thought there was a chance that maybe he was giving this woman a ride home. Even though I believe everyone left. I never even talked to anybody from DB's Golden Banana. Those girls, they just were expensive with the bar tab. But the other two from the Squire we did talk to, but then I believe like as soon as Nick's thing was over, they were gone. But I don't know. Maybe they weren't. I went to the bathroom and then I got caught up talking to people and taking pictures and stuff by the bathroom for like 45 minutes. John, I was gonna leave with John, but then I got that's when Adolfo started getting emotional, and then
yes,
it became a. He wasn't being bad. I had moved him.
Tough time getting to you too, Adolfo. Right there, running blocker. He was right there. So.
I apparently had moved Adolfo very much. With my kind words.
I just wanted to say goodbye. I couldn't get to you.
Well, I thought that you and I thought the plan was you and I were going to walk out. But,
right.
And then I went crazy. I went to Dunkin' Donuts in there and got a soda. And then I left. Wild times for Fred.
Yeah. Okay, so as to the bar tab, which I don't know if Adolfo drank much at all, at least on the tab.
He wasn't drunk when we left.
Yeah, on the tab that you and I opened, was he drinking high noons?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But there were 3 high noons, 1 New Amsterdam with a martini and float liquor upcharge, which brought that drink to a total of $20. There's my 1 soda. Fred, I don't think you got anything.
I didn't get anything, no.
2 Tito's, $17 a pop. And then, and I'm not, this is nothing against Memoir. This is what drinks cost. I get it.
No, it's a club.
Yeah.
With bottle service and stuff.
Yeah, like $7 beer. It's like, yep, that's a Casamigos something or other. That was $19. And then one of the girls who was there to accompany Adolfo around ordered a 1942, one DJ 1942E, which I believe is a tequila. And that was $68.
Yeah, and then that's when we stopped the tab.
Like, what? Don Julio 1942 is a luxury ultra premium tequila known for its smooth finish and rich flavor profile.
Now, if that was a shot, that's a incredible waste of money. If that was something to be sipped over the course of a long time, then I suppose. But a woman of very high standards.
Yeah. But the bartender at Memoir, she was great. She got my attention. She's like, hey.
Yeah. You might want to come over here for a second.
You buying 1942s for everybody? I said, I don't even know what you're saying to me right now.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, I was never like a premium guy. It was never. One time, it's my daughter's here, but one time when I was in the Bahamas with her mother, I was at the bar, and the bartender, due to the circumstances, gave me one of those. What's the stuff? I will never remember, but maybe you know. What's the stuff that's like $500, like a sip? It's always
the cognac.
I think so. It's like always on the very top of like fancy bars.
Okay, so this is a long time ago, but it used to be Louis XIII cognac.
That might be what it was. I won't even remember. But he gave me. He's like, "Do you want this?" And he gave me like this thing that was, it was that bottle, like that crystal bottle that was at all those bars.
So that's probably it.
And I was just like, I was like very thankful because I was like, oh, this will never happen again. And then I was like, this isn't in any way pleasurable to me. Like, this is just, I like the gesture and I like the idea of it, but I don't know why anyone would get this deliberately.
Yeah, when I tended bar, there was a guy in there one night, and it may have been on St. Patrick's Day, so he was just going nuts, and he bought, I think, for him and two of his friends, Louis XIII, and I think we served in a snifter, like in a brandy snifter.
Yes.
And the other bartender and I were like, wow, we've only poured like one of these once before. You had to like climb up on the bar, and there was a key for the door. You take the bottle down. It's a Baccarat crystal bottle. And he goes, yeah, it's great, isn't it? And we said, we've never had it. He goes, well, pour yourselves a shot too. And you guys get just one.
Was this at Houlihan's?
Houlihan's. It was the one in Lansing was like a nice bar that had like all the stuff in it.
Wow.
And I tasted it, and it was like really smooth and kind of sweet, but it's nothing I would ever go out of my way to drink.
I think that you would have to be super into it.
Yeah.
Like super into the taste of these liqueurs, these liquors. Like super, super into it to be able to tell any kind or derive any pleasure from it and in any way commiserate with the price. I think the bottle, as much as anything that it's in, like that crystal bottle, is as much about it as anything else.
Yeah, the bottle, I don't know what it's worth now, but when it was empty, it was still worth like over $1,000 just because it was, such a nice piece. And the manager at the bar would, after a few years when a bottle was finally empty, he would take it for himself and then take it home and then put just like Remy Martin in it. But he'd have people over to his house and say, would you like some Louis XIII cognac? Just to get their reaction. And everybody's reaction was the same. It was like, oh, it's delectable. Oh, it's worth everything. And I'm like, no. That's this stuff you buy for $20.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not. You think or it makes a difference.
Have you ever been to like Napa Valley or a place like that?
No.
Okay, so I have, and they'll get your head spinning with the wines, telling you what how like incredible it is that this grows out of this soil, and this soil is special because of this.
Yeah.
And the soil it makes the vines grow in this certain way, and then they age the grape in this certain way, and then they take you in and they show you the barrels, and the barrels are of this certain type of wood, and they've been only grown in Peruvian rainforest or something like that, and it's just like, and then they get your head spinning, and they convince you like that this is like the greatest stuff of all time. And then the only place I really remember is one place was a lady. It was just a lady that ran it, which was interesting. And then the other place was Delgado, which they called Del Blotto, because they at their tastings, if you like upcharged $20 to your tasting, they filled the glass at every single place. So people would just, and the owner was like this obviously eccentric like rich dude that had gotten rich in like, you know, like selling drugs or something. And he had all these like the faucets were like something that would be in Mar-a-Lago. There was like a Cupid peeing or something like that, where like the gold Cupid peeing or something, or like a dragon's head.
Yeah, classy.
Yeah, real classy. And
Old
like,
world.
With like Greek like murals on the wall.
Yes.
And just everyone's teeth would be purple, and then everyone was just annihilated at that place.
That kind of goes against the spirit of a tasting, though, if they're doing full glasses of wine.
Yeah, and it's a lot. Like it's really as much as you could really, as much as you want to drink, because I mean they had all these different varietals and I don't know what you could, not varietals, all these different kinds, I guess. I don't know. I don't know anything about it anymore. But and I didn't at the time either, but I probably when I got back could have told you the proper terminology. But yeah, I mean you could have 10 full glasses of wine if you wanted over the course of like 2.5 hours, 2 hours. I mean, it was a whole thing.
Now, is it all designed to get you to buy a case?
Yeah,
that they
probably.
would ship home.
Yes.
Plus, I think that the guy like let Zoe's mom like play like songs out of his. It's a big place too, and he was like letting her play songs out of his at the time iPod.
Oh,
And stuff like that. Like I think the owner was there. I think he was kind of just like moving and shaking. He was like a Guccione type. You know, he was kind of like You know, I think he didn't mind when women got a little tipsy. I don't think he minded that at all.
okay.
He liked kind of being a big shot, like the host with the most.
Sure.
But yeah, that's what people were like. Save that for the end. They were like, do that the last one of the day, because, you know, these other ones, they put you in this either outside or they put you in this room with like a glass ceiling and these like glass windows that look out over the vineyard, and they give you like a tiny little bit in the glass, and
You're supposed to spit it out.
well, I mean, there's that option. I was never with anyone that did, including like everyone else that were on those tours. They did have a spit bucket if you so chose. But no one chose, obviously. No. And they would go to this one last, because you get a driver, right? Like that takes you around. That's a huge business around there, is drivers that take you vineyard to vineyard. Because I mean they're all up in the mountains, I guess, or whatever, and I mean you die if you try to do it.
Yeah.
It's off in the middle of nowhere. It really is.
Well, and also everyone's drinking wine.
Yeah, no winding farm roads.
Exactly. So but that was a place that, like, even people that worked at the mall were snobby about food. Like the mall, they had like a food court, like at a sort of mall that had like an oyster place and like a place with charcuterie. And it's like even people that are in the service industry, well, not even, because people in the service industry could be this way, but like no matter what anyone did, it seemed like they were into these like exotic cured meats and
everything just a little bit more expensive than you would think.
and drinking like wine at lunch and like, but not like in an alky way, like in just kind of a like a European way. Very odd place. All right, well, Hardy's back. You played a charity golf tournament yesterday, someone said.
Yeah, Charles River for Triangle Link. Fantastic organization. Beautiful day out on the golf course. Somebody allegedly got to 13 under par in a Bramble format. Don't believe it.
Hardy came in hot this morning.
We played well. Like our team is like we put up a number. Like to the point where I said, guys, don't go in the pro shop and buy anything. If we win this thing or take second, there's the prize probably like pro shop credit. You go in there and spend your thing. I'm like, okay. So I was, doing the fundraising appeal afterward and talked to everybody. And at the very end, the pro comes up to announce the winners, and I'm looking at the sheet, and I don't see our name on there anywhere. We lost. We finished in a tie for third place, and then the team that won was 3 strokes better than us. And I just stood there and shook my head. No, they didn't. No. But the rest of the day was fantastic.
A lot of sandbagging, you're saying?
Not sandbagging, cheating is what I'm saying.
Blatant cheating.
Yes, because this was not. The handicap didn't matter. It's just the Bramble. Everybody tees off, right? And then the best tee shot, everyone goes from there, but you play your own ball in for the rest of the hole. So it's only one score counts out of the 4 of you.
Oh, and they're saying so essentially minus the tee shot, they said that they birdied basically 13 of the 18 holes. Is what they're saying.
Yeah, like somebody in their group made a birdie on 13 of the 18 holes, or they made an eagle somewhere, which we made an eagle. I made the eagle for our team, the one eagle that we had yesterday. It wasn't my tee shot, but I was on the green on the second and then drained a long putt. I'm like, well, that's about as well as I can play. The other guys were playing pretty well. Like the 2 of the guys on our team were like legit golfers. Like they were the ones that were, doing most of the work. But me and Tommy, we were helping out. Like 10 under, that's a good number. Let's post that. Let's see what happens. No. You win nothing. Like, all right, that's not the point of it. Thank you to Triangle. Charles River, though, that was nice. That was a nice.
That's the Felgers Club.
Yeah, I've only been. That's only the second time I've been there.
I've ate there, and I drive by it a lot because it was by the JCC back when we belonged to the JCC. So you're driving by that quite a bit.
Anybody who lives in like Needham, like any of that area, you end up driving past it a lot because it's you have to cross over whatever it is, Dedham Street or something to get from one hole to another on that course, and I think everybody sees it a lot. But yeah, I drove past it for 20 years before I played it.
Yeah, I've ate there, but I've never played there. All right, very good. We'll be back. The Red Sox played late last night, and so much more. We will have all that for you coming right up.
Toucher and
Kaboom! Did we all just take acid? Take acid? It's unbelievable.
Toucher and Hart. We'll keep talking about
Like you, Fred, I'm not worried.
the Sports Hub.
Did you catch a game last night?
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. What happened last night's brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game of what happened. So change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Lepresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. Hardy, what's going on?
Your Red Sox last night taking on the Athletics, and the Athletics striking first.
Tyler Soderstrom swings on the first pitch. A high fly ball to left. Duran going back, still going back, and Soderstrom has homered. On the first pitch he sees, a 10-game hitting streak for Tyler. It's 1-0 early for the A's. Soderstrom is red hot.
All right. Let's not let this get away from us. Let's not spoil the debut of Curtis Mead, who struck out looking in his first at-bat. And in his second at-bat, he said, watch this.
Now he keeps it a little bit lower before he swings. That hit him.
Comes up and in. Curtis Mead hit by the pitch.
Uh-oh.
Could hear it.
He's got that
Did you hear
guard right
that?
in that hand. It's not what you want here in game one with the new club.
95-mile-an-hour fastball.
Ow.
You actually could hear the sound of it hitting his wrist. That's not good at all.
Well, let's hear it again.
Now he keeps it a little bit lower before he swings.
Yeah. That's not good.
That wasn't in the glove. That was,
No, 95-mile-an-hour fastball to the left wrist. That's not good.
not good. We'll hear from Meade a little bit later and everyone else on how he's feeling. But instead, let's go to the sixth inning. Connor Wong doubles. Wilson Contreras walks, gets on base. Wilyer Abreu gets on base, which brings up Cedar Rafaela.
2-0. Rafaela in the air to left. Thomas goes back onto the track at the wall. That ball's gone. A slam for Cedar.
Two slams because Rafaela slammed his bat down because he thought he had gotten under it and popped it up.
Which he did. If the fence is 2 feet further back, outfielder makes the catch, inning is over.
Yeah, it's
with 2 outs.
It's an odd park, and again, the Red Sox are obviously rolling. I mean, they are rolling like you wouldn't believe. But that is a grand slam about as softly as you can hit a ball.
Yeah,
and still get it over the fence. That's just something that carried for a very long. I mean, Rafaela thought he got under it.
This is and the broadcasters, Mike Monaco, pointed it out. There's no upper deck in this stadium, so the wind, if there is any, will carry balls out of the park. This is a home run haven, he called it. So that's a perfect example of that.
Well,
ball carried a lot further than it should have.
That would be all the Red Sox would need, and they get the 4-2 win. They have now won 18 of their last 20, but the newest Red Sox, Curtis Meade, after getting hit by that pitch, how you feeling?
I felt okay. You know, I'm squeezing my hand, feels okay.
He's
Australian. Just a little bit of pain.
You know.
Yes.
That's why he talks funny.
Yes.
He doesn't talk like American.
I felt okay. You know, I'm squeezing my hand, feels okay. Just a little bit of pain rotating. We were able to get an X-ray and everything looked okay. So I'm hopeful that feel better tomorrow morning and won't be a problem.
He actually stayed in, played the field after he got hit, but when he tried to swing a bat, he couldn't. So
pussy.
X-ray's negative. X-ray's negative day to day.
Couldn't or wouldn't, John?
He said he didn't feel good trying to swing the bat. So what does that mean?
I don't believe him.
I don't feel good.
Yeah.
95 miles an hour off the wrist, you stay in the game. What do you think you're doing? That's interrupting you, breaking your hands? I'd be a little surprised if he plays tonight.
Or for the next couple of days, for that matter.
Yeah.
Skip, how is he?
Sore. They did get x-rays, which are negative, which is good. He's sore. We're just going to take it day-to-day and see how he feels coming in. But a little sore, but at least right now it looks like we dodged a bullet maybe.
Yeah, it's bad to be either a right-handed hitter that got moved or was going to get moved, possibly, because everyone's falling like flies.
Yes.
This is like the third guy.
Steer, the corner infielder for Cincinnati, is now hurt, and he may miss the rest of the season. Langoliers, who plays for the A's, he's got a torn meniscus. He may be out for the season. So even though it is a wild overpay to bring this guy in, if you're going to get a right-handed bat, I guess Breslow did okay.
Well, listen, the guy from Baseball America liked the trade. He said that Early's numbers are misleading and that Meade's numbers are misleading in the other way. So there you go. He liked the trade.
Yeah, so I wasn't here yesterday and didn't hear your thoughts on it. It kind of went against, all the different things that we thought might happen in terms of prospects for a player. If there was a right-handed bat even available that was worth moving anything for, A, were you surprised by it? And B, do you have a problem with Early not being on the team anymore?
Yeah, you're giving up a young, cheap lefty pitcher who's proven himself to be good. He's the guy who pitched for you in the decisive Game 3. He's the guy who got the baseball, and obviously there was a lot of trust there. And you could very easily see Early pitching well next season. Meade has 4 months of good hitting. He's been designated for assignment. He's been traded for almost nothing. He's been traded 3 or 4 times in his career. He's in his mid-20s, and he's had one great year.
He figured something out. They like how he looks.
Hey, look, it's an overpay, but the Red Sox needed a right-handed hitter, and as I told Fred yesterday, this is a move I actually understand for Breslow, unlike the many others last year.
I'll explain to you this way. In a nutshell, Early's Savant page features a lot of blue and gray bars, which are bad, and Meade's have a lot of pink and red, which are good.
Okay, all right.
Surely it's more complicated than that, but this is a good way to think through a deal that doesn't work very well for Boston and a more traditional model of trade-related valuation.
Is that now? These are your thoughts that you're sharing with me. Right?
Yeah, I wrote them down.
Okay.
Yeah, I wrote them down. The machinery of baseball trade values, for example, sees Boston as getting fleeced. But that's the model of baseball trade values. You understand?
Right.
But it's also an odd move because it wasn't like prospects for a guy. It was almost like a kind of like a Rob Peter to pay Paul kind of move. So don't let that get out of your head either. Like this is Meade's under contract for a while. I mean, this is a guy who's going to be on the team, and you gave up someone who was going to be on the team. So this isn't like you shipped off prospects to get some stud veteran to come in. Like this is kind of we gave you a kid for a kid.
Yeah.
This isn't like some all-in move by the Red Sox.
Both are under team control for another 3 or 4 years. Meade's under control through 2030.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a good move for this year, obviously. It improves them for this year, obviously. But, I mean, this isn't like they packaged up a bunch of prospects again and got a guy in here to win now. This is kind of playing the middle.
Yeah.
Which is maybe what they should be doing. I don't know. If they keep winning, who knows? But Scooble's getting traded. There's no way he's not now.
Yeah, Detroit fell out of it. I saw that.
The Tigers have been falling apart, and whatever. Good on them, I guess, for keeping Scooble and like giving it a go. But they're trading him, and if he goes to, and I guess there's a lot of heat on Tampa getting him because Tampa's moving into a new ballpark, and apparently they're willing to make a big move to try to make a run this year because the American League again sucks. So. If Tampa gets Scooble, that's crazy. There's some big names, some big starting pitching that could get moved that could really tip the balance of power. And when the Yankees get healthy, the Yankees got to do something offensively too.
Well, the Yankees are without Judge for a while. Bellinger just got hurt last night. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. I mean, you take a look at that lineup they put out there last night. They won, but you don't recognize half the guys out there.
So the talk in New York is that they got to make a big move for a big bat. Like they just need a bat because their starting pitching, when healthy, is insane.
Well, yeah, you have Schlittler, who is the AL Cy Young leader. Cole is healthy and looks good. I mean, they got a lot of their the starting pitching can be lights out for them.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So, and then if Tampa gets Scooble, then you have two teams at the top of that division that are, with elite starting pitching.
Right.
And, I mean, the Red Sox have very good starting pitching, too, but not like that.
No.
It's just, again, the move for me, sort of like playing it down the middle, it's not crazy. It's just that traditionally you don't give up young pitching, especially young left-handed pitching. But
yeah, that was the most surprising thing to me because they've been scoring runs. You're putting 5, 6 up seemingly, every night. Even at the beginning of this streak, there were a couple of, 2 or 3 run games that they ended up winning. But for the most part, they've been scoring runs. I understand that. Still, the strength of this team, it started with the pitching, and that's what we were talking about. So for them to move anyone, even if it's your 4th or 5th guy in the rotation.
It was your 3rd guy in the playoffs last year. I mean, you pitched him in Yankee Stadium in a Game 3. So, I mean, he was obviously – and that was a good game. So he
held him in it for a while he was in there against impossible circumstances. I mean, he's just a kid. He went out there and started the biggest game of the season for you.
Well, and then the Yankees had their kid in, and so it was a good game.
By the way, the Yankees have Fried, Cole, and Schlittler as their 3 right now,
right? And
that doesn't include Rodon, who's hurt.
And Rodon would be is coming back, and he'll be their 4th. And so there you go. I mean, it's the American, as bad as the American League is, if the Yankees get a bat and get healthy, they're very good. And if Tampa goes out and gets Scooble, they're very good. And I would almost think the league, don't you think the league would do everything it could to make sure the Dodgers don't get Scooble? Just to at least give because I mean, you might as well just punt on the whole collective bargaining agreement.
This will be the last hurrah before the owners get serious.
Oh, my God. I don't know what reasonably they can do, the league, in terms of stopping them from doing it. But
Dodgers have a good farm system, too.
Ask Adam Silver.
Yeah.
I mean, the NBA seems to have no problem butting their heads in and stopping things they don't want happening.
No. Here's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah. If the Dodgers get him, it's just like, okay. And I guess the Dodgers are hell-bent on being the first National League team to repeat. They just very much want that. And they probably realize that maybe this is the last shot they have of just going.
That's what I was saying.
And in fairness to them, they seem to, according to everything I read, out of the teams that would be interested in school, will have the best package to offer up.
How is that possible?
Because my guess is that their system's loaded because they don't need to bring anyone up because they're just so stacked. Like I don't
They
know.
haven't brought anyone up in 2 years.
Obviously, I mean, because like it's unfair that their system's that good and they're that top heavy. But out of how many guys in that lineup are homegrown? Certainly, how many guys in that rotation are homegrown?
Yeah,
like that's I can't imagine a ton. But then again, like, what do I know? I mean, Freeman's obviously not from there. Tommy Edmonds not from there. Mookie Betts isn't from there. Teoscar Hernandez isn't from there.
I think Muncy
Ohtani.
is. Pages.
Ohtani.
Yeah, he's from there.
Yeah, right.
He came up early on.
Muncy and Pages are the only two that I can think of off the top of my head.
Right, and so Yamamoto was that their signing from Japan?
Yes.
Well, Blake Snell's obviously not theirs. Tyler Glass now is not theirs.
Tucker's not theirs.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, so it's all guys they brought in. So maybe the system's just jammed up because no one could get in. Because if you play in the Dodgers organization, you're not playing. But stop yawning. This is exciting stuff.
Come on, Zoe.
My
You gotta
daughter
pay
just
attention.
yawned. If this was her idea to come in, her friend's coming in.
According to a quick Google search, Dodgers have a top 5 farm system. They're fourth.
Yeah.
But then again, Tampa Bay is second. So we'll see what Detroit chooses.
Yeah. It should be interesting. All right. We'll be back in. It doesn't matter if they trade him to Tampa Bay in terms of division or for league because it's not like Tampa Bay's keeping him.
Yeah.
Dodgers signed him in free agency. All right. We'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
Patriots training camp yesterday. Not only there, but speaking with our very own Scott Zolak and Mark Bertrand. Asked if his knee is ready to go.
Yeah, I feel good, man. I'm ready to go. It's the NFL. Everyone may have little bumps and bruises here and there. But I'm available. I haven't missed time in the past from my knee or whatever. So, you let people speak, and you just go out here and play. I don't focus on any of that. I wouldn't even answer that question unless you guys just ask me that. But It is what it is, and I'm ready to go.
There'd be no need to answer it unless it was asked. You don't start a conversation when talking about your knee.
Well, maybe he's saying he wouldn't answer it unless it was Zolak and Bertrand. He's heard very good things about. He's saying that usually I would push that question aside and just go next question. But since I'm in the presence of greatness,
right?
I've heard. I can't afford to alienate you guys this early in my pay. I can't pull a Patricia on the people.
Right. Yeah. Do so at your own peril. You need to embrace them. You need to take the Kyle Van Noy route. And really lean into those weekly interviews
until you get mad at someone. Like Perillo, Kyle Van Noy was very angry at Perillo because he thought Perillo was, and then he thought that Roach was Perillo.
I don't remember that.
No, he thought who covers the Bruins now that used to do McBride. He thought McBride was Perillo, so he went up to McBride and started yelling at him.
That's right. We had a conversation with him about that. I remember that. Yep.
And what's better about that is at least Van Noy went up to the writer to yell at him, and unlike Duran that went up to Milliken went up to go, I heard you want to beat me up or something, and then he went like and stormed off. At least Van Noy went up to someone to yell at him, and then Perillo said he talked to Van Noy, and Van Noy was fine. I don't know how much he liked Van Noy, but usually if you have a face-to-face conversation, I think these things can normally be worked out.
Yeah. Also, A.J. Brown with Zoe Beetle talked about Drake May and what his thoughts were on his new quarterback.
What are your initial impressions of Drake May to this point?
They're not really letting him throw the ball right now, so I don't really like that.
This is great.
Yeah. So, but he's been sharp, man, and he's been leading this group, man. I brag on him all the time about how he's a leader. You know, and to get everyone's attention, when he speaks in front of the room, everyone's eyes are glued, guys. And I mean, that's very powerful, especially at a young age. So I'm excited.
You're coming off Jalen Hurts, who apparently no one likes.
Yeah.
So this is probably pretty good.
It's amazing we got a quarterback when he speaks, people don't turn the music up and walk away from him. It's great.
Yeah. Zolak got a kick out of that, huh?
Oh, yeah.
He's like, this is great.
Mm-hmm.
He's like,
you don't get this anywhere else.
This is fantastic. We really have a connection. It's like a first date, you know. I can't believe this is real. It's like I can't believe this is really happening. AJ, we're knocking it out of the park here. We're feeling good about ourselves. You seem like I saw a clip of Zolak and Bertrand was saying that one of the receivers, I can't remember who it was, I think it was a receiver, was out with a bucket hat on.
Oh, yes. They were talking about the pace of a walkthrough. Yeah. I'd like to be out there running around with bucket hats on. Be awesome.
Yeah, it's there it
is.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah. So it was a receiver. I don't know who it is, but it was a receiver. But
all these guys are the same way. Flynn always talked like this when he was here, and Zoe talks about it like he watches how these guys do training camp now. You know, saunter in at 9:30, 10:15, whenever it starts. They go for 90 minutes, and that's it.
Well, I was with my ex-wife and my kids. Zoe was there, and she won't remember because I'm sure this did not interest her. But we were talking about Flynn yesterday because Flynn was the greatest. To expand on your point, because Flynn's whole thing was to do extend the minimal amount of effort.
Yeah.
I always enjoyed Flynn's stories because they were the opposite of a hard-on. Like I didn't even bother telling my son this story because I knew he would check out. But the Ted Washington story.
Yeah.
Like Ted Washington, is 360 pounds. And he would try like a third of the time, and the Ravens were playing him in the preseason, whatever team Ted Washington was on at the time, and he wouldn't try at all in the preseason, and he lined up right across from Flynn, and they had like some rookie free agent guard that like took his legs out, like Washington's legs out on a play, and they got to the huddle, and Flynn and the other linemen were screaming at the guy, "What the F's wrong with you? You got them all mad." And Washington's like, "What's going on? I'm coming at you." Like, "What's going on?" And like yelling. And Flynn's like, "I didn't do it." Like, he's a stupid kid. Like, don't look at him. Like, he's like, "I don't want to do." So Flynn's like, so now for the rest of the time I'm in here, I got to block Ted Washington trying. Like, I don't want that. Like, let him sleepwalk through the game.
Not only that, but, by the end of it, Flynn tells a story when he was getting cut, the last camp that he attended, bring your playbook, come see the coach. Mm-hmm. And his immediate reaction was, "Oh, thank God." Thank God. This getting up and going to work every day in these workouts, it's the worst.
Well, it sucks. I mean, I would imagine being an offensive lineman kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like it hurts. You're constantly, like, you're just in this fight with a guy. I mean, Flynn's a real big guy, but he's not. I mean, look at Andrews. I mean, they put especially the old school NFL, the way they would line up before, like all the hybrid line decisions, like 3 technique and they would just big ass fat nose tackle,
heavy contact on every play.
Yeah, well,
every play.
Well, I mean, you just would push it around, even if they weren't, because obviously they can't try every play if they're that size and they're out there. But I mean, you get a guy who's 360 pounds.
You have Vince Wilfork staring at you on every play.
Yeah, exactly. And like, if they decide to, they can really bang you up. It would suck. You got to keep all that weight on. Like, there's a lot of it that doesn't seem. I mean, David Andrews isn't even that big a guy anymore.
No.
Like, he looks like a normal guy. He doesn't, because he's not particularly tall.
Oh, no. When you see him walk in, it's like, oh, he's a big guy in shape, but you don't automatically think that guy must have played in the on the offensive line in the NFL.
Well, yeah, he doesn't look like a professional athlete. And this is a compliment to him because he looks like a normal human being. Like, he doesn't. He's what? Like, he looks like he's like 6'2", and he's 6'2", probably,
Yeah.
and he's probably like I'd say 210, 220. Like, he's not like a big guy.
No.
So that couldn't have been easy for him to keep that weight on. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, you're carrying 80 pounds, 90 pounds.
Yeah, his playing weight, it says here, and I don't know if this can't be true, it says 6'2", 300 pounds.
No way.
On Football Reference. So
it sounds like they just probably rounded something up, but he
at least 260, 270, right?
I would say he was probably like 280 because I don't think you could be 260 and block
All right, so
those guys that
280,
size.
but still, you lose 50, 60 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh,
And and to maintain that, it's not easy. Like actors who have to gain that kind of weight for roles, like it's just, Rob McElhenney, when he put on 50 pounds for Always Sunny, he talks about like he was eating like 6,000 calories a day, and he's like he would defy anyone to enjoy the last 1,000 calories of the day. He would have his assistant get a gallon of ice cream and leave it out all day, and at the end of the day, he would drink the ice cream just to get that amount of necessary. I wish my son would do that.
Start leaving ice cream out on the counter.
He don't like sweets.
What?
Oh, boy.
Right, Zoe? She's engaged.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Our young Ryan is growing up. Ryan is making big things. Everyone knows Ryan. He's very engaging on the air. And
Won't shut up.
And he's got big news, and it will lead us to a game that we can play with the young man. We'll be back in just a moment.
Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox managed only 5 hits last night, but one of them was a grand slam by Ceddanne Rafaela in the top of the 6th inning, and they beat the Athletics 4-2 at Sutter Heath Park in Sacramento. Peyton Tolley pitched in at the 6th inning for the win. Sox are 2 games up on Cleveland for the second wild card in the American League. They'll pitch Jake Bennett against the Athletics late tonight. Newly acquired Curtis Mead, though, may not be in the lineup. He was hit on the left wrist by a pitch in his second at-bat and ultimately had to leave the game. The club announced afterwards X-rays were negative. He is day-to-day. Patriots had perfect attendance as they went through a walkthrough at training camp yesterday morning. A.J. Brown was out there. He told our own Zolak and Bertrand that reports of his knee being a problem are overblown.
Yeah, I feel good, man. I'm ready to go. It's the NFL. Everyone may have little bumps and bruises here and there. But I'm available. I haven't missed time in the past from my knee or whatever, so.
Patriots will be back out on the field at 10:15 this morning in Foxborough. The workout is open to the public. Minnesota has signed free agent safety Jamal Adams. And the University of North Carolina has suspended football GM Michael Lombardi. He's been placed on administrative leave. This is reportedly in connection with a human resources complaint by a former front office employee. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Cross Insurance, known for building winning partnerships with teams of all sizes. The official insurance broker, the Red Sox, Bruins, and Patriots. Visit crossagency.com. Cross Insurance, your team, your choice. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7:30.
This is what happens when analysts take over the game, take over the sport.
This is where you talk sports.
It happens all the time.
The Sports Hub.
IYKYK, which obviously YD. Okay?
Dutcher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
Hey, we are Dutcher and Hardy. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. And Ryan, how old are you?
27.
Ryan is 27 years old, and he lives in Plymouth with his parents.
Yep.
And have you been with them every year except for when you were at UMass?
Yeah, except for those 4 years.
Right. So you just came right back home.
Yep.
And now, did have your parents encourage? Do you have any brothers and sisters? I don't even know. Do you?
Mm-hmm.
You do know?
Yeah, he's got at least one brother.
Yeah, I have one younger brother.
Okay. And how old is he?
He's 3 years younger, so 24.
Does he live at home?
He does, yeah.
Okay, so everyone lives at home.
Mm-hmm.
Have your parents put any pressure of you at 27 to move out of the house?
Not really, no.
No. They're just like, you stay as long as you want?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the same room that you grew up in?
Yeah.
Does it have the same things on the walls as does it have like trophies and things from your cross country days or whatever you did, I would imagine?
Maybe a little bit, but I've tried to get rid of a lot of the kids stuff,
So you're 27. What do you do when you have a female companion? Do you bring the woman home to your room?
I have, but I'm in the basement, so it's a little easier.
Oh, he's got his own private palace.
It's like a hell version of Greg Brady.
I was going to say, instead of the attic, you have to go down to the bowels of the home.
Yeah, like Greg was on the top floor.
Yeah.
Before that, he was in the den, but that only lasted an episode. He had hung beads up as a door. And Mr. Brady, you could tell he didn't like it, but he put up with it. He let Greg express himself.
Well, they decided to, get married and have 6 kids with only a 3-bedroom house.
Yeah.
So that was kind of on them.
Not usually a smart move.
And only 2 upstairs bathrooms by the looks of things, because if you recall, the girls and the boys shared a bathroom.
Yeah.
That's 6 people taking dumps in the same toilet. And then, Alice has got the one downstairs on lock. So you have the basement, and is the basement furnished, or do they just have a mattress on the floor?
No, it's all finished. So
Okay, and you have a bedroom. Is a part of it? Is there like a living area, and then you have a bedroom?
yeah, there's a living room, and then my bedroom's off to the side.
Wow, pretty nice setup.
That's very good.
I wouldn't leave either.
Yeah,
You would. So,
of course I would. I did.
Yeah, I mean, so did I. So John's the only one who stuck around. So you, so do you have free reign of that main area, or is that where your family uses that to relax?
My brother will be down there, but it's pretty much just me and him. My parents don't usually go down there. Actually, except my dad does work down there, and he works from home, so that's can be an issue sometimes when he's yelling on conference calls.
Okay, and so
Dad, I'm trying to sleep.
And your brother just has a regular room?
Yeah, upstairs. Everyone else sleeps upstairs, so I'm the only one downstairs.
Have you always been downstairs, or was this a move when you got older? They let you have the downstairs?
Yeah, I think when I got older, I got the downstairs, and then I think my brother wanted it when I was away from college, but I somehow managed to hold on to it.
Oh, well,
all this time, yeah.
It's your beguiling way. All right, so but you have decided at 27 now is the time to skedaddle, correct?
Yeah, I think it's about time.
Okay, so you are moving, and
Yes.
you are moving from Plymouth to where?
Plymouth.
Yeah,
Hold on. Wow.
now he works in Waltham.
Yeah.
Now, why are you staying in Plymouth?
Well, I'm getting an apartment with 2 of my other friends that I grew up with in Plymouth. And I think I wouldn't have minded moving closer to Waltham, but they kind of wanted to stay close. And I think it's just cheaper if I split it with them instead of going off on my own.
Well,
Okay.
it's certainly cheaper.
Where do they work, these friends of yours?
Yeah, one of them works in Plymouth and the other one works in Wellesley or something.
Oh.
So it might suck for him too.
Okay,
but-
so maybe you tell the one kid who still works in Plymouth, you're gonna have to suck it. And
You and the Wellesley guy move closer to here.
Yeah.
we looked at a place in Marshfield, which was halfway, which would have been perfect, but it was.
Is that perfect? Marshfield to Waltham, that's perfect.
It was perfect for Nick. Until he got old and estranged.
Yeah, there are a lot of towns between Marshfield and here.
I mean, how about Braintree? That gets you another 20 minutes closer.
Canton.
Is there any desire to be around other people in their 20s?
Yeah, but I still know a bunch of people that live in Plymouth too. So
Now, is this an economic issue with your generation? Is it something that no one can afford to move closer to the city?
yeah, I'd say about half my friends live in the city, and then half of them still live very much near home.
Okay, because it would seem like it would be a lot more fun to be in the city just by number. It's a numbers game at that point.
Yeah, it's also being in the city though, living in Brighton and Austin. It's so cramped there.
Well, I
don't know
lived
if
in
I'd like
Brighton. Brighton, my favorite place I lived.
Me too.
And I had kids. I had one kid, for part of it, but I loved Brighton. What do you mean cramped? Cramped is what you want.
You want everybody on top of each other. You want to mix it up.
Yeah, you want as many females as I would imagine as possible.
I think Ryan is an old.
I don't even know if Ryan likes girls. Do you like girls, Ryan, or do you like boys?
Girls.
Okay, very good.
I think he's an old soul. I think he likes his quiet time.
So he's already advanced to the senior part of his life.
He skipped his 20s, 30s, and 40s.
If they allowed like cohabitation in a 55+ community, that would be perfect for you and your
I
buddies.
just like having space.
You should adopt some kids now just so they can start taking care of you. So, you can go right from your parents into the kids' home.
Is this a 3-bedroom apartment that you boys are moving into?
Yeah, it is. So
okay.
Everyone will get their own room.
Well, that's pretty big. All right. Well, you're still going to need to furnish this place.
Oh, well, who's giving away crap in your neighborhood? In your neighborhood. In your neighborhood. Or who's trying to sell crap in your neighborhood? It's time for Live Free or Buy.
That is the voice of Nicholas, who was late to the party. But in fairness to him, dinner took too long.
Oh, yeah, late to his own birthday party when he was getting in an Uber. We were all supposed to be there at 7:30. Nick was having trouble getting an Uber at 7:25 and showed up at, 7:58 when you finally strolled in?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right ahead of the people who were, waiting outside to get in.
So Ryan and I were the people that were talking to the audio and visual team. It should have been just Nicholas, but it turned out to be Ryan and I.
At any rate, Ryan
his excuse is I had dinner.
Yeah, he had to go to dinner first.
Brittany wanted to take me out for my birthday.
Yeah, but your birthday was the next day.
Yeah.
So
But it
why
was
don't you go out the next day?
Part of the celebration.
Okay, then why don't you go out to eat at 5:30?
We did. We went to.
What time was your reservation?
No, I'm sorry. It was 6.
Yeah, I said why didn't you go out at 5:30 then?
Well, now that I'm thinking about it, 5:30 would have been better. You're right.
It was for his birthday.
Birthday. It was for a birthday.
I'm not saying birthday. Birthday wrong.
You said birthday.
You said
You want to roll
birthday.
it back?
No.
Nick, why would you argue that you said something right?
I don't know. I don't know. Sorry.
That seems like there's enough evidence on the table.
It's only when I get all worked up.
That's right. Well, I mean, we're being very tough on you.
Or when I'm not
I mean,
worked
I
up.
really let you have it at that party. I wouldn't. I was riding
Not
the
upset
whole
with me.
night.
I thought you were going to yell at me at it. When I arrived.
I didn't yell at you at all.
I know you didn't.
It was your party.
I know.
He still houses trauma from 15 years ago.
Well, Sarah from Everett was there, so you're lucky. Did you see Sarah
I
from Everett?
barely spoke to her. She was really keeping to herself.
So she came up to me at the end, and she was like hugged me, and she was no hard feelings, and I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It's just when you insult someone on a consistent basis, they're not gonna like you. And she's like, well, you're a dick. And I'm like, okay, Sarah.
All right. Thanks for coming to the party.
I'm like, I don't know what the deal is, but
All right, so Ryan, there is a common area, I'm sure, in this apartment, but you're still going to want to have some living space in your own bedroom, in addition to just a bed and a nightstand or a milk crate or whatever it is that you have planned already. So, can I interest you on the Nextdoor app in a gray futon sofa? Now, futon we're all very familiar with from our college days. Ryan, not too far removed from that. The gray futon sofa, number one, is it for sale or is it free? And would Ryan want it?
Okay, so the futon sofa, I had a futon in a room, but it wasn't mine. It was Gil Grambois, who lives in the area now, and I never talked to because that's the way middle-aged men are. So I'm guessing they want money for it because that's easy to dispose of. Like, it's not like a mattress and a bed, which you just leave in your son's room.
Yeah, I want you to see that. That's how it looks folded out.
Oh, it's like a double. It almost looks like a double.
Yep.
Like two chairs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very plush material, Jonathan. I'm guessing they want money for it.
They absolutely, if it, I can't see the picture, but if it's as you described, they absolutely want money for it. And I will say Ryan does want it.
I'm going to say I know they want money for it. You are correct. I'm going to say Ryan does not want it.
Well, why would Ryan want it? He just wants the copper wiring from his parents' house. No, Ryan doesn't want that. Ryan has his own things. He's been at
Ryan, do you want the futon?
Nah.
Oh.
That's a no on the futon. How about a wooden TV stand? Now, everybody has a TV that sits on a big stand. You got your big box TV. Nobody hangs a TV on a wall anymore. We're going back to the TV stand.
Yeah, but these things can be up to 25 inches now. So, I mean, how big a stand is it? I mean, is this an antiquated stand that couldn't hold a 35-inch number?
Well, you can see it's got the space there in the middle for your VCR or a DVD combo. It's got a drawer underneath, and it's got
For all your DVDs,
and it's got wheels. So this is something that
so it can inconveniently roll from side to side in very small increments that make you. It's almost like the Manson family when they would come in and move the furniture around. They would do their creepy crawlies.
We all have we all have TV stands in our attics or basements right now that no one is using. If someone would just take it off your hands, that'd be great. Or you just end up throwing it away once every 5 years when there's a dumpster in the driveway. But this is the next door app. Is someone giving this away or selling it?
Well, I'm going to guess that they're selling it.
It's in Brookline.
Yeah, well, they're selling it.
As soon as it's the magic word.
Yeah, and by the way, if you don't buy it, they yell at you. Not even if you inquire and don't buy it. Just if you don't buy it, they just stand on the lawn and yell at people that aren't buying their things.
It's that nice light oak finish to it.
Yeah, it's just that I paid $100 for this. I'm 25 years ago. I'm not just giving it away or throwing it away.
How much they want for this?
Well, let's say they bought it back 25 years ago for $150. They want $75 for it.
On the nose.
Oh my God!
I lived in Brookline. It traumatized me. You never get over that PTSD.
Ryan, you don't want the TV stand, do you?
Actually, I will take that. I don't know how to mount a TV. So.
What? Why do you want that?
Got that wrong. You want the TV stand.
Why do you want that, Ryan?
What am I going to put the TV on?
Oh, I'll come over and mount the TV on your wall for you. Okay.
Thanks.
You want that? You definitely want.
Are
that.
you allowed to put the big holes in the wall in this apartment?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay. All right. We'll go.
What would Ryan know about living in any? He's only lived in institutions in his parents' house.
He's only lived in dorms in his parents' house.
Exactly.
This is a queen mattress and box spring in Canton.
Oh, gross.
Now, this is lightly used. It's a King Coil brand. It had a mattress protector on it, so it's very clean.
Garbage then. How is the feces supposed to sink through?
And it was in the guest room, so not much use. Does Ryan A. want a queen mattress and box spring?
No.
And is it for sale?
No, he doesn't want that.
No.
He's a man. Listen, his father is a big enough businessman that he yells during meetings.
Yeah.
Obviously, he rules with an iron fist, so he's a big moneymaker, power broker. I would imagine this is not for sale because if anyone ever wanted to take the mattress that I used to use in the bed, I would let them take it in 2 seconds.
It is free. Ryan, do you want it?
No, I have no interest in that.
By the way,
two on that one. Well done.
I'm doing very well.
You are doing very well.
Which makes up for Roach's game yesterday. You know what Roach's game was yesterday, Hardy?
Did you catch that?
I missed it.
Well, listen to this. It makes perfect sense. Was it a Cape Cod League All-Star, a person on the Patriots training camp roster, or a rock musician? So obviously those are three things that all fit together. And then one of the rock musicians he used was the guy that played
Geddy Lee,
played bass for Nirvana that went off into the military, was like a Navy SEAL.
Wasn't there a Soundgarden studio musician?
But no, not even. But then he said the guy was in Soundgarden, and I'm like, wait a second. I just listened to the book of their guitar player. I'm like, it was that Yamamoto guy or whatever his name is, and then it was the guy that was on all the hit records. And I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? And so I go, Soundgarden, I look it up. He toured with the band for like 4 months one year. He's toured with them
as like a second guitarist?
No, as a bass player, but he was in the band. He was in the band, not for any of their albums.
Where was Ben Shepherd?
It was before Ben Shepherd joined the band.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, but they had like this, like a tour booked. I even know what happened. They had a tour booked, and the bass player quit while they were in Europe, and so they just needed to find someone real quick. He was the guy that I don't even know if he mentions him in the book by name. Ish.
Well, you're going to need home decor, Ryan. You just can't move into this place, especially if you're bringing ladies back. You got to have some stuff out. So on the Facebook Marketplace, someone is selling a jar of never opened matches. Or are they giving it away? Again, this is on Facebook Marketplace. It could be for free or for sale. And that is a jar of never opened matches.
Okay, so it is. Someone has a matchbook collection.
Yes.
Which
It says
Zoe's mother used to have a matchbook collection.
From around the world, great for bar conversation.
Smoke crack with it. She would like the butane torch.
With matches?
No, she would like the butane torch. I don't know. How do you smoke crack? Hardy would know.
Not with matches.
Hardy was a big cokehead.
I smoked crack twice. It's not an...
Zoe's not sure what to believe.
It's not a big deal.
Just her lack of interest in anything we're doing is fascinating to me. I see her in my peripheral sometimes. I have to bring her in. Okay.
A jar of never opened matches.
What does never opened matches mean?
Never opened, Fred. It's like a baseball card. There's no crease. They never opened it up, and they certainly never struck one.
You just took the matchbook and tossed it in this jar without opening.
But I mean, it's a legitimate question. I don't know if it was a jar that was already filled with matchbooks that was purchased at like Home Goods.
And you can see that. I mean, these are from around the world. I can see right there, Fred. That is a matchbook from Bennigan's, and here's one from Cracker Barrel. So,
I mean, you're just buying memories at that point. You're taking someone's whole existence.
Or are you buying them, or are you taking them away? Again, this is like a mason jar filled of matches.
What city?
Marshfield.
Oh,
perfect.
Oh, that was a halfway spot for you guys.
Oh yeah.
It's so stupid. They got to be selling it, right?
But the presentation of it would, of course, lead you to believe they're
How
selling
much?
it.
For a jar of matches?
Well, they're insane. So $50?
Very close. $40.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're insane, you might as well go all the way. Here's my collection of Bennigan's matches. It's just what people think has value is fascinating to me.
Well, someone obviously knows the value of this item. Again, for home decor in Ryan's new apartment, our final item is the Franklin Mint Rhinoceros.
All right, they want money for it. That's A, because that was bought as an investment.
Now, this is in Plymouth, Mass., and you can see on the bottom of this statue the black rhinoceros, which has its actual Latin name. It is in bronze, and it is from the Franklin Mint.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, they're selling it because it was built as an investment, bought as an investment. I believe that they're selling it. I believe Ryan wants it because it is a huge. It can go with his many horns of plenty that he uses.
Oh yeah.
Well, and also his Kama Sutra blacklight poster. I am going to say that they are selling that, and they want $150.
Oh, bargain price of $40 for you, Ryan.
Whoa!
Go get that black rhinoceros. It's in Plymouth, Mass. You can have it today.
It's almost like the Franklin Mint things don't make money.
Well done, boys.
All right. Bill Koch is going to join us coming up to talk about your red-hot Red Sox and the big Connolly Early trade and everything else. We will have that for you in just a moment.
Was okay. Just a little bit of pain rotating. We were able to get an X-ray and everything looked okay. So I'm hopeful that feel better tomorrow morning and won't be a problem.
It is Toucher and Hardy, and Bill Koch is joining us. He covers the Red Sox and college hoops. Lots more for the Providence Journal. Joining us now. Good morning, Bill. Thanks for being on.
Morning, guys. How are we doing?
Doing okay. Doing a little bit better than, I guess, the Red Sox at this point, who went out and got themselves a shiny new baseball player and got hit by a pitch in his second at bat last night. So what's the latest there?
Red Sox announced a left wrist contusion for Curtis Mead. As you heard him say, he had an X-ray came back negative. So they're hopeful that they might have dodged a bullet here and that it's not anything too serious.
It's a wild overpay to bring this guy in, but necessary because right-handed bats aren't really going to move at the deadline. But is this a good trade by Craig Breslow or not?
I think it addresses an area of need that they never really got to from last off season. Craig Breslow went into his wrap-up press conference and basically said, we need more bats. We need more power. And then proceeded to bring in Wilson Contreras and nobody else. So I think this has been a lingering issue for them. I think they like the fact that he's got multiple years of team control, that he's relatively cheap. I don't think that hurt the cause when they were pursuing Curtis Mead. And, also I think when you look back at his track record in the minor leagues, he hit at every level. He deserved his promotions. He was a good prospect, yes, but he was not pushed unnecessarily by his previous organizations. So they're hopeful that a little bit of that pedigree was shining through with the Nationals as well.
It seems like a bit of a departure for Breslow. I think one of his comments after the trade when he was talking about it, he said he wasn't interested in winning the deal. He just wanted to get the player, and he knew what the team needed. Do you think that signals some kind of a change for Breslow, or was he just kind of forced into that type of thinking based on the way the team has been playing?
Yeah, I think the team might have helped force his hand. Obviously they're a playoff team at this point. You can see that they have deficiencies in certain areas, whether it be positionally or at the plate. And I think he sort of got out ahead of the market and made this move. Now, I know everyone looks at last offseason and says, they could have traded Connolly early for so much more at a previous time. You got to remember that all those discussions for Ketel Marte early was attached to Marcelo Meyer. The Diamondbacks wouldn't do that now. So it shows the fluidity of the trade market, the fluidity of the value of your pieces, whether they're prospects or long-term guys who are under contract.
I'm wondering what your theory is about the deadline, which is coming up on Monday. This team, in my opinion, isn't nearly good enough to win a championship or go very far in the playoffs. But given that, what do you think Breslow will do? How big an impact will he have at the deadline coming up?
Well, we've heard all sorts of crazy names from Bobby Witt Jr. all the way down. If you want to make a serious run at this, which in a weak American League, I think you can. I think it's within reach. You obviously need one more bat. I'd like to see one more leverage arm in the bullpen. If you've pivoted away from starting pitching, then maybe you should go for another relief option to add to Chapman and Whitlock. And you could see the positions of need on the field. In terms of wins above average, which is a stat that Baseball Reference uses, they're in the bottom third of the league at catcher, at second base, at shortstop, and in left field. And you wouldn't have needed that stat to tell you that if you've watched this team every night. So I certainly think that there are openings here, and I think that their recent performance should be rewarded with strengthening in the clubhouse.
By the way, the elevators are broken.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, when we got downstairs, we hit the elevator, as did another gentleman, and the light just isn't coming on.
Oh.
And then we got lost in the maze to get back up here.
Oh.
It's not easy.
No. We got it. We ended up on P4. And then there's no way to even walk up here from P4. I've never been out there before. It's really something.
I didn't know there was a
beautiful
P4.
up there.
Is that the roof?
It's the roof of the parking deck.
There you go.
I don't know what you guys have already asked. So
Well,
I apologize to you, Bill. A harrowing experience. At least I wasn't in the elevators when they died, but there you go.
Yeah.
We're just happy you're here in one piece. That's quite all right.
Thank you. They wish me dead, but it's good to know that someone is on my side.
Well, we talked about the injury last night, and it's would you say a contusion? So it's a bruise. That's all they're.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say how much time?
No.
You think?
X-rays were negative. He's listed as day-to-day. I don't know if Bill has anything else.
No more than what they released last night. But I got to assume that, this will be a pain tolerance thing, and he'll probably be out of the lineup today, and, they'll probably try to get him back by the end of the week.
Okay.
It's interesting. His replacement, Siegler, made an error that could have cost him the game in the ninth if Chapman didn't strike out the final two guys. So They desperately need help, and leads me back to what Bill was saying when you walked in. There are a lot of positions that the Red Sox need help with the deadline coming up. So you have to figure that Breslow is going to make at least one more, if not multiple moves.
Did you look at the trade for Meade as kind of like a playing the middle because you got rid of a major league talent for a major league talent? Was there any of that to you with that deal?
Yeah, it was young, cheap, and controllable for young, cheap, and controllable. It was just two different positions.
Right.
And I do think you're right. I mentioned before, I think it was just Breslow completing his homework from last offseason. I think he knew he needed to add bats. He fell short in that regard. The team is performing, and you look at Meade. He trades for Meade. He comes right in second on the team in home runs, second on the team in slugging. Now, people would look and say, well, it's Curtis Meade. Who really cares? He's outperformed every single guy the Red Sox have had to this point, with the exception of Wilson Contreras.
Tampa, I've heard, linked to Skubal. I mean, it seems like the Tigers have to unload Skubal right now. How much, if you're the Red Sox, are you paying attention to what the Yankees in Tampa are doing in terms of how it relates to you realistically in the postseason, or are you looking at that at all? And have you heard any rumors about what either of those teams could be doing?
I'm more worried about the Yankees simply because they have more good players. If you look at the Rays, their everyday lineup, Caminero is terrific, would play on any team in the league. Yandy Diaz is a nice player, could help any team in the league. Otherwise, who cares about the rest of their guys? I really don't. I have a lower opinion of the Rays than just about anybody else that you talk to. I think they're a gimmick and a sideshow. I don't think they'll ever come up trumps in postseason. I'm more concerned about the Yankees. If for some reason Aaron Judge can come back and stabilize that offense, they've got premium frontline starting pitching who could get you through a postseason series. If they add to the bullpen and they add to the offense, they're really the only team, I think, who I would be quote-unquote afraid of in a playoff series.
And Bednar seems to have found himself at the back end of that bullpen, too, after a lost season or two. So, yeah, premium pitching, that'll help a lot. And, Bellinger's out now, but not for the season. And Judge, that's the thing, Bill. No one's really sure about Judge.
No, and Judge, much like we've seen, this is not a direct comparison, so please do not hold me to this, but much like we've seen with Casas here, big bodies break. You're never certain about those guys from a durability standpoint. Judge had injury concerns early in his career. He seemed to overcome those. He's had a decent run where he's played a fair amount of games in recent seasons, but this is the risk when you've got a guy who's just so huge, puts those physical demands on himself. Every once in a while, that big body is going to break down. And obviously Yankee fans are frustrated with how long this has taken to get a proper diagnosis and how long it's taken him to come back. But, if he is able to be there for September for the stretch run, you're talking about one of the most dominant hitters in the sport.
As we sit here today, and of course things can change in the next 4 or 5 days, Craig Breslow could make another trade that significantly alters this everyday lineup. But what do you think the ceiling is for this Red Sox team this season?
Yeah, I certainly think that they can get into the playoffs. They have a wild card spot now. To get there, realistically, you're going to have to beat out the Twins or the Guardians or some combination of that, the White Sox. If you can't do that, then just fold the tent. We'll all go home. You can lock out the 27 season. It really doesn't matter. And then from there, if you get into the postseason, if for some reason Crochet comes back and can give you a start in a series, I think you've got enough to be favored in any series against a team not named the Yankees. I really do. I think the American League is that weak. And ultimately, I think the Red Sox, if they add another player or two here at the deadline, can put themselves in a position where they could win a short series against just about anybody in the American League.
All right. Well, there's certainly an incentive to go out there and try. All right. What a difference a month can make. Bill Koch, thank you so much for the time. We appreciate it as always, sir.
Thanks, guys.
All right, there you go. Bill over there.
Providence Journal.
That's right. Providence Journal.
That's right.
That's right. All right. We will be back in just a moment as we look upon the blue shirts. to see if there is a plan.
We look to them.
We look to the blue shirts. I've not seen them, but we looked to the blue shirts to see.
So you went down the elevator to the mezzanine level.
Correct. We ordered pancakes, and I got my sodas. I got pancakes for Zoe, and then as we were coming to the elevator bank down there, there was a gentleman who was hitting it with his knuckle, and I was like, just press it. And then I didn't say that, but I was thinking that. And then he pressed it, and he goes, I think it's broken, so I tried it myself.
So you said, stop using your knuckle. Use your fingertip.
Well, that's happened before. People, like, half-ass the buttons because they don't want to, like, get germs on them or whatever weirdo crap. And they don't end up pushing the button. But this was not the case with this gentleman. And, it's just dead. And then when we went up to P4, which I feel like Magellan, we hit the elevator there and it wasn't working either. So the elevator, and now I'm not wild about getting on those today. I mean, the blue shirts are nowhere to be found. I mean, I don't hear any alarms going off. It just seems like the power in the elevators died.
Yeah, we don't have the strobes going off, so.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on. I hope no one's on them. Yeah. Because that would suck. These elevators bother me almost more than any other elevators anywhere I've been. They lump around.
They lurch. They lurch. They lurch the elevators.
You know, that Martha, everyone called her crazy for never taking an elevator. Maybe she was onto something.
Well, I mean, that's not a crazy thing here. I mean, we walked up what is it? It's 3 floors. I mean, it's not overly difficult. And they have these motivational messages on the wall.
Yes, that's right. You can do it, period.
Keep
End
climbing.
of story.
Well, the best was Bob Bronson. I'd be like, are you getting on the elevator? He'd go, no. He's like, I need the exercise. I'm like, you're walking down 2 flights of stairs with exercise. Boy, oh boy. Next thing you know, Boston Marathon. Walking down 2 flights of stairs. All that's doing is screwing up your knees, Bob. I mean, the juice ain't worth the squeeze, my friend. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
The game, or it's just that is. I feel so strongly about that. I can't even tell you.
Boston Talk Sports here.
What do we got?
The Sports. When it comes to the show, Hardy thinks the same way you do.
Nothing happened.
He's got the same questions.
Where is the story?
And the same opinions.
Boring.
And he's back with Fred on the Sports Hub.
We are Toucher and Hardy. We're going to do a deep dive into the Michael Lombardi situation coming up in just a moment. But some people are blaming Jordan for the situation, which is, I don't like when news articles do that, where it's just like news articles and they're like, people are blaming Jordan Hudson for the Michael Lombardi situation, and then it's just tweets from just random. It could be bots for all I know. It's just stupid tweets.
Yeah, and I know that whatever, it was from the India Times or something.
Oh yeah,
the article said Jordan's being dragged into the whole Lombardi situation. I'm like, ooh, how is that? Well, you know, he's on administrative leave because of an HR complaint, and it's long been rumored that those two don't get along. Well, that's hardly her being dragged into it. You just said two things that are not necessarily related at all.
I mean, weird.
They could be, but
I don't think so.
There's no information there.
And how do they not get along, considering that Belichick circles like 3 people and there are 2 of them?
Yeah, he's in it. That's the thing. I mean, Belichick, those are his 2 most important people, I would argue. You have Jordan on one side and Lombardi on the other, and both have given him a tremendous amount of headache. Yeah. I don't understand. That's the thing. He's late in his career, later in his life, and the 2 people he trusts the most are sabotaging him.
Well, they're in competition to see who can cast the greater spell on Bill Belichick.
Well, it's just what he values is like this ass kissing. I mean, that's what he values for Michael Lombardi. I mean, all Michael Lombardi has devoted his life to, and this is not hyperbole. He's devoted his last 15 years of his life to just filleting Belichick in every opportunity to the point of like mockery, and he just done it without any kind of personal pride or anything like that. He's treated him like a deity, and that's been rewarded. So Bill's an idiot because Bill has someone running his personal brand and business, running his social media accounts, which, Pablo Torre found out about, is that, Jordan, with all those pictures like on the beach of her in a mermaid costume, like she's the one putting those on Bill Belichick's social media, which, led to all this crap. She's the one sitting in these television interviews. Your friend's here. Yeah. And so, led to all these television issues, issues with the television interviews. But I'll tell you this. Now this has dredged up all the public records requests she's made at UNC because she wants to find out who's making fun of her.
Yeah.
She has public records requests going on at the employer of her boyfriend, while he's actively coaching at a high profile level.
Yeah.
She's behind the scenes trying to get the school in trouble. It's just a complete clown show. And she wants to find out, I would assume, that people who's making fun of her. There can't be anything like, no one's going after her finances or anything.
No, this is just like next level online scrolling, see who's talking about me. So this is what people do, but they'll do it on Facebook or on Instagram. For Jordan, because she thinks she's some kind of an intellect, she says, well, I'll file this freedom of information request and I'll find out what's being said about me via emails to university people. It's the same thing. It's just something any child would do, poking around online, or adult for that matter. But at some point, you kind of snap out of it and say, "Oh, what am I doing? What do I care? I don't even want to know what's being said. I'm better off not knowing." Not Jordan. No, she wants to know everything that's being said about her.
Yeah, so there's something called the Assembly, which is some sort of news organization, and she wanted to know what Matt Hartman had to say, what the administration had said to Matt Hartman, who is a reporter, and then, according to the public records request, nothing came up. They gave her nothing. It just came up with nothing.
That Hartman, he's known to cover his tracks. He's wily.
I can just imagine just asking, wanting to know every communique that Beasley Media had with anyone in the building had with anyone who wrote anything at all negative about you.
Right.
By the way, this is someone who competes in beauty pageants. You would think for some sort of notoriety is what she's after. I mean, she's dating she's dating a famous man. You would think that she controls his social media. She involves herself with all his press. There is some part of her that wants to be famous. If every famous person just, scoured every document ever to just find out why people were saying something bad. People are saying bad things about you because you're famous. Because that's how things go. The yin and yang of fame.
How does she not?
How does she not know? Because she's dating an idiot and she's a fool.
Yeah.
That's how. And she's younger than Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan lives at home. He's just moving out now, and he's 3 years older than her. I mean, she's an idiot. She's a child. She's not acting like 24-year-old that would from World War II when they've already seen the world and witnessed death in front of them. I mean, she's a 24-year-old like we were when we were 24, an idiot. But with very thin skin. Jesus, you want to go online and have everyone just adore you, but that's not going to happen. It doesn't happen to anybody. The days of the studio systems and things are from your great-grandparents' age, where the media was controlled. People just crap on everything. You can't be famous and not get crap. And by the way, you can't be famous for dating an octogenarian with boobs and not get any kind of ridicule. You're dating an a-hole. You're dating a guy who sucks. People don't like him. What do you think what the hell did you think was going to happen? You thought everything was going to be how beautiful you were and wonderful you guys are as a couple? It didn't occur to you at all that it was odd? And that again, you're not dating a art dealer from Morocco that happens to be 70 and, wears Armani suits and, takes you on private planes to, various film festivals and things like that, like a Clooney type. You're dating an old fat football coach who looks older than he is and who has no personality and zero charisma. No, that was just going to go without any kind of interest at all. And every public records request you come up with makes you unlikable.
After all this time.
If you just kind of wore it, if she had any kind of savvy, wouldn't you just kind of wear it? Like, and kind of lean into, like, the whole age difference thing?
That's what I was going with this. After all of this time, you would think there'd be some amount of savvy, public savvy or sense. Okay, this is what I've been painted into. Let's just go with it and show that I'm not bothered by any of it.
I mean, if she, don't you think it would be funny and any hate she would get for this would be overcome by, it would be hard to dislike her if she just did a post of her feeding Belichick like applesauce. Like it's like taking care of my man, and it was just her feeding him applesauce. Like that, wouldn't that be? You would be like, okay. Like I know some people would go like she's taking advantage of him and stuff like that, but it would be hard to not like her.
Yeah.
And it would be hard not to like Belichick.
And it kind of disarms everybody who are making those jokes.
I don't know how hard it is to figure out how to disarm people. It's just like lean into it. If you lean into it, there's nothing anyone can do. You've already established that you're in on the joke. There's nothing more to be said about it. If you acknowledge, like, yeah, this is weird, whatever, it's like how we're living our lives, and kind of like go like, I get it too. Like, it's kind of funny. Like, it can be made fun of in a way that is like, sort of even loving in a way.
It's a metaphor from boxing, hand-to-hand, push hands, right?
Hey,
you want to disarm someone?
Hey.
You bring him in closer.
Yeah.
You bring him in closer. You lean into that punch.
I just don't know how hard it is to have a sense of humor about yourself at all. Like
are you barefoot in Costa Rica when you do this?
But I mean, it sucks when people make fun of you. It's not fun. Like it blows. Like I understand when I make fun of people, them not liking me. I mean, it makes sense. A plus. Like when the guy at the PMT was, or part of my take, right, was mad at me. The kid from here. Of course he's mad at me. Of course he doesn't like me. I was making fun of him.
Yeah.
Like I get it. If I make fun of you, you don't like me. But there is that. I mean, how far a hole do you want to dig? Belichick's out of his mind. All right, anyway, we got good Lombardi stuff. Let's not waste it. We're running late. We'll be right back.
With a grand slam, Aroldis Chapman stranded the tying runs on base in the ninth for the save. The Sox will pitch Jake Bennett tonight as this 4-game series continues. Curtis Mead, meanwhile, had to leave his first game in a Sox uniform. He got hit on the left wrist with a pitch in his second at-bat. His manager, Chad Tracy, though, thinks things aren't too bad.
Sore. They did get x-rays which are negative, which is good. He's sore. We're just going to take a day-to-day and see how he feels coming in. But a little sore, but at least right now it looks like we dodged a bullet maybe.
Mead, as you heard the manager say, is day-to-day. Sox are 4.5 games behind the Yankees for the top wild card in the American League. And on top of all the other injuries the team has had, All-Star Game MVP Cody Bellinger is now out 4 to 6 weeks with a hamstring strain. Patriots had perfect attendance from those on the active roster yesterday as they went through a walkthrough at training camp. They're back out on the field at 10:15 this morning. Minnesota has signed free agent safety Jamal Adams. Tampa Bay Pro Bowl defensive lineman Vita Vea has asked for a trade from Tampa Bay. And the University of North Carolina, their football GM Michael Lombardi placed on administrative leave yesterday, reportedly in connection with a human resources complaint by a former front office employee. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by East Coast Metal Roofing. Listeners get 10% off the cost of a new roof right now during their Beat the Summer promotion. East Coast Metal Roofing. Go there and never replace your roof again. 844-611-ECMR or eastcoastmetalroofing.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports. 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 8:30.
Three, violent two-hand slam. Wow.
98.5 The Sports Hub.
Back to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Is under suspension. By the way, this is fascinating to me. You want proof that Michael Lombardi's an effing idiot? Okay, so Ryan showed me the stuff that he reposts on his Instagram page. There's a video that he put up that this moron put up that is guys destroying an eagle's nest. This guy taking 2 eggs, going up to his high-rise apartment and incubating them. The eagle, the father of the eagles, flying out to his deck in Manhattan or Chicago. It's one of the two places. The eagle building a nest on the guy's porch. The guy then hatching out the eggs and then giving the father eagle the birds, and then the father eagle taking a parental role on the deck of this guy's apartment. Michael Lombardi reposted this. To that, Michael Lombardi was like, "That happened." Guess what I just saw? People down on the ground destroyed a nest. I took the eggs, took them up 80 floors. The eagle knew that I took him up 80 floors and then waited and then built a nest in anticipation. Don't eagles like eat their kids? The guy's so stupid. And then if I guessed you, do you know the answer to this? What television show he retweets? It's with an online casino ad.
Yes, I do.
So he's obviously in cahoots with the online casino. But do you know the show, John?
I do not.
Sopranos, maybe? Ashton Kutcher era, 2.5 Men.
2.5 Men, of course.
The era that everyone celebrates from that show.
Right. Well, first of all, I mean, I could spend all day looking at clips of 2.5 Men, let alone reposting them. But it's with some online casinos, so you know it's. Let's see what casino it is. It's Coin Casino, which is about his level of influence. A penny slot casino. Casinos for the rest of us. If you can't find an old Indian reservation to go to play penny slots, this is the place for you to do online. He's an idiot. Boy, that eagle video. He reposted it like it was something like it.
You know what it is, Fred? It's a Bitcoin casino.
Oh, good.
It's a cryptocurrency thing.
Of course it is.
That actually kind of makes a little sense.
Yeah. So this is the level of celebrity in quotations that they're able to get. Michael Lombardi in cahoots with and by the way, the crypto casino using clips of 2.5 Men in order to pimp its product. Just so this is the audience that they're going for. All right, very good. Well, Pablo Torre obviously has been all over. He was the one who had the episode about Michael Lombardi, Bill Walsh's kids saying, Michael Lombardi didn't work for my father. He got coffee from my father.
He went on sandwich runs.
Yeah, but the idea that he was somehow involved at all in game planning or had any access to any kind of information from my father is a complete fallacy. By the way, his Instagram is Michael Lombardi NFL. Since when? Since when? Since the 80s? He did have that year in the 2000s of being GM of the Browns that lasted one season. Fired as a GM after one season. As a GM. Not easy. One season as a GM? You're a pretty out there franchise if you don't give the GM at least a couple drafts.
Oh, yeah.
He must have really been a prick. Anyway, I'm telling you, Mad Dog, I don't know this to be a fact. I don't know Mad Dog. I've never met him, but I listened to his show. And I am almost positive Mad Dog had Mike Lombardi on once a week. So the next segment he knew would be callers just making fun of Mike Lombardi. Mike Lombardi's answer to every question was hire Bill Belichick. Hire Bill Belichick. And then not only hire Bill Belichick, but I can't believe that the league is this stupid. The league's so stupid that my friend doesn't have a job that would hire me. Yeah, the league is the one that's dumb. And boy, does the league look foolish now after all the crap going on at North Carolina. Bill Belichick really just should be accused of felony arson for what he's done to his legacy. But here is Pablo Torre. I can't wait until he digs into all of this. Hopefully something comes out this morning while we're on the air about what's going on. But this is.
By the way, just briefly, I don't think you mentioned it in his reposts of the cryptocurrency and the 2.5 Men and the Eagle stuff is the soft porn.
Oh yeah, like the chick in the yoga pants.
Yeah, and one of these things that's like my date was going great until he refused to, do this certain sexual
and it's
act.
like a peach.
Yeah.
And he thought that was either hysterical or very titillating. And that's probably for a cryptocurrency too. That's how you know someone's should be leading your kids, is if they're in some crypto scam.
The first comment under that post now is Mike Lombardi reposted this, which you did.
It's just that combination of arrogance and stupidity that is just the worst human. It's just the worst human. Plenty of wonderful dumb people, and plenty of people that people think are dumb that are actually quite bright. They just play along. But then there's the Schillings, the Lombardis, the real idiots that are willing to can just do anything they can to suck up the power. And you can go, well, it paid off. He's making $1.5 million a year. By the way, he's the highest paid GM in college football for a team that won 4 games.
$1.5 million a year.
And so you could go, well, he's making $1.5 million a year. It paid off. And to that, I would argue, I don't know, 12 years of not making any money, kissing his ass to get I mean, let's face it, he ain't surviving this. To get one payday of $1.5 million, wouldn't you have rather consistently worked for 12 years?
Yeah. Why do you think he really looks back on those years in Vegas with fondness? Do you think working for VSiN and staying up all hours of the night and giving betting advice, you think that's, you know what? Those were years well spent.
Because I don't know over the course of those 12 years if he collected $1.5 million in paychecks if you added everything up over the course of the 12 years. But anyway.
No.
So it's like, because I just see people in their cars going like, well, he's making $1.5 million, but I want you to know that this is a guy that I don't believe made any money. Really, he was doing shows on outlets I've never heard of, and I'm in radio, and he was doing guest spots on talk shows, and it pays like $100. So I don't know if it's not like he was in some, while he was kissing Belichick's ass, he was making money. This is a very low payout. It would be basically working for free at a startup, and then after 12 years, they give you a check for $1.5 million. It's a wonderful check to get, but it's 12 years of work where I wasn't getting paid, and now I get $1.5 million. If you extrapolate that back, this is a guy that was an NFL general manager. Now, albeit for a year, but he was. I mean, you would think there would be better opportunities, but nonetheless, here's Pablo Torre.
The story of the greatest football coach of all time at North Carolina, story of Bill Belichick, has been the story of the two people that he has trusted and empowered and prioritized to make decisions about his life and his program. Decisions that have confused and frustrated many people, people in Belichick's life personally, people around Chapel Hill, people around football. And there is Jordan Hudson, as you may have seen in previous episodes of PTFO.
Oh, we've seen it, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I kissed Pablo Torre's ass to the point where Lebitard made fun of me, which I thought was mean.
You have feelings. They can be hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he really gave it. He really sassed me.
Yeah.
I didn't care for that. I wanted him to say nice things, not mean things.
His girlfriend, the person running his media empire. And then there is Mike Lombardi. Mike Lombardi being the right-hand man that Belichick handpicked to become the highest paid general manager in all of college football, paying him $1.5 million a year. Lombardi is the guy that we did a whole episode about 9 months ago. We investigated his embellished resume, his fundraising in Saudi Arabia.
And I can't reiterate this enough. He was given Super Bowl rings by Belichick, and then he would do paid speaking engagements, and brag about the rings, which is fraud. I mean, it's a scam. He's like a snake oil salesman. I mean, if you're going under the guise that you have all these Super Bowl rings and your buddy just gave them to you. I mean, if John got like a Celtics ring, like a year he called the teams, someone from the television said, "Here, John, here's a ring like I had made for you." Mm-hmm. And then John starts going around to schools and corporate retreats under the guise of he won an NBA championship.
Here's
ring.
how this is the championship mentality. This is how you succeed.
Right. Like if he was
if
like,
that
hey, I
happens,
was calling games and they gave me like this ring.
Yeah.
Now you can do talks about how you called games. You can't do talks about how you won a championship.
Correct.
But he has a ring.
Right. A ring that his friend made for him, which doesn't count as a real ring. The real ring goes to the people that were responsible for the victory. Not your friend making one for you.
How the foremost talent he seems to have displayed throughout his trajectory has been an unerring loyalty to Bill Belichick, which has been rewarded in kind. Today, you may have seen the news that Mike Lombardi has now been placed on paid administrative leave by the university following an HR complaint filed by a former member of Carolina football's front office. And so there is an investigation into that HR issue that is proceeding as we speak. But what I am also reporting, in addition to that, is that the College Sports Commission, which is the entity that is tasked with enforcing the rules around the NCAA and NIL, the CSC is now investigating North Carolina football in addition to the Lombardi HR matter. That's apart from the Lombardi HR investigation. And so that is happening as lots of people around college football are now wondering, what does it take to get the CSC's attention such that there seems to be a lot more smoke to come this week?
All right, so Hardy, John and I, when we were discussing this yesterday, John, this broke during the show. It was very exciting for me. And I said to John, I don't know if you recall this, John, but I said to you, it can't be anything related to recruiting or something.
Right.
Because I don't know how you could break the rules anymore. And lo and behold, it's two-sided. He did something to someone there in the building.
Yeah.
And he's being investigated. What you would have to do now to be investigated to break the rules in college football, where they almost let a kid play that bet on his own team.
Yeah.
I would be fascinated. And the kid from Ole Miss can play until he's 40.
Trinidad Shambliss.
It took the injunction from another school outside the state of Texas to get that thing stopped.
And the other thing we talked about in real time was the little morsel of information that the leadership at the University of North Carolina unilaterally said, that's it, you're out. Belichick had no say in it. If Belichick had no say in it, we surmise this must be bad. This has got to be something. If Bill can't step in the way and change things because he runs that program and obviously, he's given a lot of autonomy, there's something bad that happened and he got out of the way of.
Do you realize how stupid you would have to be to run afoul of an ethics inquiry from anyone who controls college sports or monitors college sports? The thing inside the building is its own thing. This is it's double-barreled, this thing that's coming at him.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Look, I don't really follow college football. It's like a weird JV NFL now. The kids move around too much. The game is inferior to that of the NFL, and they get paid and everything. There's really no reason to watch it, in my opinion, anymore. So I'm no expert. But it does seem to me it would be very hard at a big school to get in trouble for something involving recruiting.
Yeah, it almost has to be something about the fundraising outside of the country, but I don't even know how you get in trouble for that.
Yeah, they knew he went to Saudi Arabia and they didn't do anything about it. He's like begging for oil money.
Mm-hmm. About that investigation into alleged rules infractions. We seem to be living in the most loosey-goosey era of NCAA rules ever. What has Carolina football under Belichick and Lombardi allegedly done? So that's happening on a parallel path. And then there's also just the reminder that Jordan Hudson has been filing public records requests of the university that employs her boyfriend, searching for particular terms like my name and the name of at least one university employee, making, I would say safely, the dynamic at the University of North Carolina uncomfortable.
By the way, we talked about this a half an hour ago, but say she finds the guy that talked to Pablo Torre. What the hell is the school supposed to do with that information? Fire the guy?
That's obviously what she wants.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen.
Exactly.
That's just why this Lombardi's still getting paid right now, is because the university can't just run around firing people. Tell me the cause. Say I'm a tenured professor. I'm giving you an example of someone there.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell are you going to fire me because I talked to Pablo Torre about Jordan Hudson? You can't fire me. I don't think you can fire him. So she exposes the name of the person, Ted Jones from the biology department, that talked to Pablo Torre, and now what's going to happen? Were they going to get fired? Oh, well, it was someone in the football organization. Who? It's not Lombardi, and it's not one of his kids. So big deal. You already fired your offensive coordinator. I mean, big deal. Your kid's the defensive coordinator. Oh boy, get the assistant to the punter removed from the team. My God, what are they going to fire someone like on the board because they talked to Pablo Torre? Get out of here. She's so stupid, and he's even dumber. Can you, if your girlfriend went and started screwing and dicking around at your job, going behind the scenes, poking around, you're out of your mind. I want a restraining order. I want a restraining order. I'm not even kidding. I'd want a restraining order. Not just break up with them. I'd want a restraining order. Screwing around, poking around at my company. Get the hell out of here with that. This guy's 74 years old. He's worth $100 million. He's got a 24-year-old dopey broad poking around, poking the bear.
Look,
get out of here with that.
Just because she's annoying the chancellor and the dean and everyone else, it doesn't mean she's making a problem for him.
Anyone.
She's trying to button things up.
Jack and Jill America in your vehicle at work, wherever you are right now.
Oh.
You imagine your boyfriend, girlfriend, going to your job and started dicking around and poking at stuff. Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, they're looking out for you.
Wife of 30 years, I'd be like, get the hell out of here. What are you doing? But at least that's someone I've been with. Girlfriend for 2 years, screwing around, asking for public records requests. Get out. I'd be like, not only are we breaking up, you got to stay 100 yards away from me.
She's just running a tight ship.
You know, he's not worth $100 million if he keeps buying him real estate.
Tight ship. Just like you recall, the Rolling Stones, all their girlfriends would go and start poking around at Rolling Stone to figure out why people do this about Mick. Ay, ay, ay. I love it, though. Boy, I got to tell you. It's just, you could see this coming. You could see this train coming down the tracks 100 miles away. This stupid moron. Now he's got it coming from inside the school and outside the school. I'll tell you what, you give me that GM job, I couldn't have screwed it up anymore. Yeah. And I've never been in the NFL. I don't know anything. But I tell you what, I could have won 4 games. I could have put together. I am going to be as bold as this, and then we will break. Is that if you put me, a self-admitted idiot, in charge of the North Carolina football program, I could have put together a team that won 4 games with Belichick as coach, just based on loose parts in the transfer portal. And I would not be being fired this year for any ethics violations. I could have managed to not do that. I could have managed not to have gotten in trouble in 2 years. I can assure you that. I think I could have stayed on the right side of the lawless NCAA. I mean, you have to be like almost a brain injury to get in that kind of trouble and just be morally bankrupt. I mean, you not only do you have to be dumb, you have to have no ethics. You have to just be like a horrible person. Oh, he sucks. I knew it too. I knew it's all coming down. You can't be a dick for that long. It's all going to burn, baby. Time to retire. All right, anyway. Vrabel farted yesterday. Callahan asked him the question where he farted. We're having Callahan on. We'll be back in just a moment.
More Toucher and Hardy next on the Sports Hub.
Hey, it's Hardy and high school golfers.
Harold. He's at training camp every day, and he was at the Mike Vrabel press conference yesterday. Andrew Callahan, hello.
Good morning, guys.
All right, you're going to hear your voice here, but I'm going to play this audio because you were in the room Here is the audio from yesterday.
I feel like a real possibility he could miss the season.
Again,
Okay. That is unedited audio. Did you hear it at the time?
No.
In retrospect, do you believe that Mike Vrabel farted?
I don't. I just think that would have caught my ear in the moment. What's the verdict in the studio?
Oh, it's absolutely
someone
a fart.
farted.
Absolutely.
Well, at first I wanted to blame you, but then it was explained to me that the mic is way too far away from you for it to pick it up.
Yes, that was very clear.
So I wanted to blame you, Andrew, because that would have been the most fun. But
Yes.
But
no, I would own up to it with you guys. I
No, I
wouldn't
know
have owned it in the moment, but I would tell you now.
No. Now this is the safe space to do that. But who else? Just where else is there a microphone? Like what else could have? Because look, obviously you're aware. I've been through this exercise 1 trillion times on the air.
Again,
But there are like sometimes like that. There's something that happens electronically that sounds like or something like that, which could be. But that's not the case
I
here.
feel like a real possibility he could miss the season.
Again.
I mean, come on. Who could it have been? Stacey James?
For sure, absolutely. But look, it's tricky because this is an entirely new room, and so I used to be able to tell you exactly where the microphone is, and like obviously there's one in front of Vrabel, but how they suddenly switch from my voice being amplified to then Mike makes me think there might be another one in the room, and it's not like the post-game press conferences where like there's a person passing you a physical mic. So it might be in the ceiling. There could be something by the door. Like there are more options here and more doors than we have just between me and Vrabel.
Okay. All right. Well, it is interesting. We'll continue to investigate. You believe it was a fart, but you're uncommitted that it came from Vrabel is what I'm understanding.
Yeah, I just had no recollection or feeling of like, did he just Cohen?
But he giggles.
I would have been on alert.
He chuckles a little bit. Now maybe he heard it or from somewhere else. So we'll see. All right. Well, it seems very copacetic over there. Everyone seems very happy. Very loose environment right now at Patriots training camp. Correct?
Yeah, day one brought a lot of good news for them.
Explain, please.
So Gabe Akis was one of the two big storylines coming in, right? Like, how does the second-round pick not have a contract? And, it was never over pure guaranteed money. It was the injury protection in his contract, which our guy Mike Reese reports, I believe yesterday, if not the day before, as well as Mike Giardi, like, hey, there's an injury waiver in here for the first 2 years, and it's tied to his left knee, and we know he had a procedure. Well, he signs. He's at camp. He's not practicing quite yet, but that puts that storyline to bed. And then you have Christian Gonzalez, who we know is wanting an extension. We know they're negotiating. Robert Kraft comes out because the Krafts are, I would say, generally sensitive to narrative, particularly about their cash spending, and says, hey, we've given him the biggest offer we've ever given a player. The details of that, of course, are what really matter, guarantees, length, et cetera. But Christian Gonzalez on the field was a full participant days 1 and 2 and 3 in a way that he was not for any part of minicamp. So he feels a little bit better, seemingly, about the negotiations to increase his level of participation and very small way injury risk. And we'll actually hear from him today after practice. So I'm sure he won't say much. But to me, that says, along with other reporting elsewhere, that the sides are getting a little bit closer to a real extension here.
The fact that Gonzalez is going to meet with you guys, is it possible that an announcement could come today because he is meeting with you guys as opposed to the first 3 days?
Yes, but they trust him now also just to say nothing. Like that was a skill of his as a quiet guy anyway, kind of coming into camp. But look, if you get an announcement today, it'll be from the usual places. It'll be Ian Rappaport, or Adam Schefter from the team or Gonzalez's agent. Like I don't think he's going to announce his extension himself today.
Okay. And when you say by Adam Schefter, then you just mean from the team. You're not separating the two.
Well, you know what's funny? I was thinking the other day about all of these tweets, particularly with Shams, where you just get credit for the agent every single time. And I just think to myself, good for Mark Bartlestein or good for Drew Rosenhaus. Like, really happy for them. They really needed this win because you see their names as often as you do the players now, these agents who leak the news. So it might not be the team. Of course it could be. And the team's not giving it to me. They're going to give it to one of those guys. But, I'll be there, or Doug Kyde will be with the follow-up confirm of like, yep, these are the details. It's an extension. So we'll see.
Yeah, well, the best is when they have Shams or Schefter have to get on the air and filibuster for a minute. They have a minute to fill, but they only have 2 seconds of information. So they have to give you the entire history of the league before they can get into the news. So.
Oh, yeah, you've got all the tricks. You extend NFL. In the National Football League, Fred, we have contract negotiations all the time. Christian Gonzalez wants to be paid like a highly paid corner is one of the best corners in the National Football League, Fred. So
He's
this could
good.
be upwards, the top of the market for the highest paid cornerbacks in the National Football League is $31 million. So when you get into the contract, Fred, it's going to start north of $31 million. But in the National Football League, how much higher do the New England Patriots and Robert Kraft and Mike Vrabel want to go for Christian Gonzalez, one of the best cornerbacks in football, who deserves it? Time will tell. But in listening to my sources around the National Football League, it does seem like a deal will get done at some point between the two sides.
That's almost a minute on the nose. That's impressive.
And you didn't even throw in Witherspoon and how
wow.
they're the
Oh,
same
that's right. You
agent.
left that out.
Oh, well, you throw in another name there, and you had to talk more about that. He may play in the secondary, but he's not looking for secondary money. These players are looking for primary compensation from their teams, their respective teams in the National Football League.
Yeah, and Devin is really digging into the contract, not with a spoon, but a real fork and knife here, fellas. Like, he's getting in, and this is not a negotiation between Devin Witherspoon, who, by the way, I don't know if people have heard this yet, has the same agent as Christian Gonzalez, another highly paid cornerback in the National Football League who wants to be the highest paid. So who goes first will be a real element here, and we're waiting to see how this goes between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. The storyline's more off the field than on the field, but it's great to have football back in the National Football
There
League.
you go.
Wow.
It is very good. All right, so I like when these guys don't have pads on, talking about how they look physically, just in terms of visually, like not anything that they're like moving or anything, just size wise. How does the new tackle look compared to physically compared to Will Campbell?
They're both super athletic players. I mean, you can tell that Caleb Lomu, will just get this out of the way, has longer arms. And he's a little bit.
Is he like? Is he significantly like broader? Like, do you look at him and go, "Wow, he's a lot bigger than Will Campbell"?
No, not a lot bigger. No,
Okay.
I mean he is broader, but it's not a noticeable difference. I mean that's the deal with Will. Like we talk arm length too. It's the width of his shoulders. Like they're just a little bit more narrow. But Caleb Lomu himself is not a giant, and honestly his arm length is a little bit, just a tiny bit below average when you look at all the tackles to the combine over the years, but not in the way that Will's are.
And A.J. Brown, just compared to other receivers, is it like a striking physical presence?
Yeah, he's big, he's strong. Like, I think at this point in his career, he's more of a contested catch guy than a burner. And some of that lends it to yards after the catch, right? He can break tackles, and that's just something you've not had from the Patriots forever, both yards after the catch and guys who are catching the ball and then, going past the first tackler. So, yeah, you see him, and he's not 6'4", 230 like a Megatron, but, 6'1", 6'2", and 220. Like, he's rock solid.
Right. And Booty, do they keep Booty, in your opinion?
I think so. I mean, this was my, quote unquote bold prediction entering camp that like we forget that they're, not that rich at receiver in a way that you can just give away players in a pick swap or for a 6th or 7th round pick. Because according to Breer, they haven't been able to get a fifth for him. So I think, especially given the way he started camp, and Kyle Williams looks like the 7th receiver on the depth chart for now, and we're 3 days in, that I think they keep him.
Oh, boy. If he's the 7th receiver, that means Chisholm's getting some playing time, and then I don't like that from the fans. Oh, they love the little white guy. Ay, with the fans, with him. All right, Andrew. Thank you for coming on. We'll start having you on weekly as the preseason gets underway, I believe. So look forward to that. Thanks for calling us on the way into Gillette. I appreciate it.
You got it. Great talking to you guys as always.
See you, Andrew.
George is here, and I think it might be worthy to talk to him because I don't recall George being at our affair.
I didn't see him either.
Oh, yeah. He was
supposed to go, and I didn't see
Rucker,
him.
by the way.
Yeah, he was going to dress up. He was going to be there.
Yeah, all right. Well, George is here, so I want to talk to George.
Yes. Okay. Yes, we should.
And no shtick from George. He's a very much Benji Bronk style. He comes on with the whole thing. But all right, let's break. Here are the headlines.
Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox beat.
I don't know what it is. I don't have time to think about that right now.
Toucher and Hardy.
It's ridiculous.
The Sports Hub.
Tell me why he is the people's champion. Tell me why his schedule's up on Instagram. Tell me why he played that flute the other day. George is filling in today.
All right. We had our big party at Memoir at the Encore Casino on Friday night. It was very enjoyable. Got to talk to people, take a lot of pictures. George is ducking under cameras. George, don't go too far. Don't let George get too far. Where'd he go? Yeah, George's weird. And the whole thing was we invited George to come to be one of Nick's dancers, and he kept saying he was coming. And then it just occurred to me when I saw him today that he never showed up. And neither did Rucker.
Did Rucker tell you he would be there?
Yes. He said that his wife was out of town and he had the kids, but he was going to find a way to be there. Because Jeffrey Glassman, in a sense, was attached to the event.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, he was a nice sponsor of that event.
Sort of. I mean, it wasn't on the reads and stuff, but, I mean, Rucker could have shown.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Rucker could have shown. Rucker works for Jeffrey Glassman. What are you doing over there, George?
Trying to prepare myself.
What were you doing?
I was make
Taking
sure to
notes?
silence the phone. As we are on air here as a professional,
Smart.
98.5 The Sports Up.
Good.
No interruptions. But I was going to pull up the text chain from Jameli because I'm sure I'm going to have to throw him under the bus at some point here.
Okay, what happened?
Well, I was cordially invited. I would say.
Yeah, I said I invited you to the party. I wanted you to dance with Nick. I said that.
That was something that I was made unaware of, to be sure. I wasn't listening while that was taking place.
Okay, but you did agree to come to the party.
I was under the inclination that I was,
Wait, did you agree to come to the party?
Yes.
Did you say you were going to be at the party?
I said, if you're inviting me, I can do it.
Yes.
So
okay.
that's yes.
That's yes.
Yes. So I had heard that I would have to dress up and cosplay, things to that nature. Amongst mentioning it to the old lady, she was not a fan of that.
She didn't want you to wear scrubs.
Yes. I actually didn't even know what scrubs was.
Well, it's a TV show.
Yes. I understand now what whole doctor's outfit.
So your wife said you can't go to the party because you would put scrubs on.
No, she said that make sure that you know what's going on, and before you make a mockery of yourself. You're trying to audition for Solak and Bertrand. In the meantime, make sure that you're not the butt of any jokes.
Okay, and so what happened?
Well, the day of, I got to be a good father that day, right? A good father every day.
What's going on, George? What happened? What is this monologue that you're doing? It's infuriating.
Well, the night of, I was caught up, to be sure. I was caught babysitting.
Okay, so you couldn't come because of your kids.
Because of my child, yes.
Okay, but why? But then why did you mention that your wife told you not to put on scrubs?
Because in my heart of hearts, I probably wasn't going to go unless it was detailed and outlined to me exactly, and so I wasn't going to be bombarded and taken off guard by surprise.
So this is kind of a little bit new to me. I thought George was just going to be there hanging out, and if he wanted to do something with Nick and put on the scrubs and be one of Nick's caretakers, that's fine. But had George just shown up, that would have been fine too. Would that have been okay with you, Fred?
How would it was a free party. How the hell would I have had anything? First of all, I didn't even bring scrubs or anything. I didn't even end up bringing them. But make up your mind. Was it because you had to be with the kids or because your wife told you not to go?
Inevitably, even if I wanted
No. But you were not going to come regardless of the kids.
Correct. It was,
okay, so you didn't come because of your wife.
Yes.
Well done, George. Well done. Well played.
I would say it's a me thing as well. The Everett is out of the way, especially since
No, but you didn't come because you thought we would make a mockery of you.
Correct.
Okay. You thought that the whole evening was built upon making a mockery of you. That George is such a big, well-known star that humiliating you was the big cause of the day.
I thought that was
Well
going to
done,
be my
George.
grand introduction.
Excellent. Good instinct, buddy. All right, bye.
Tell me why is the people's champion. Tell me why his schedule's up on Instagram. Tell me why he played that flute the other day. George is filling in today.
The point that we were going to make a big spectacle of George.
That he was somehow going to be the focal point of the evening.
It's just unbelievable.
He's the star of his own play, man.
You asked me, like, did he have to? Well, first of all, I didn't bring anything. So, no, there were no
But he
dances
didn't
with
know
Nick.
that. He didn't know you weren't going to bring anything.
You know, there was also the ability to go, first of all, even if I did, he could have just asked Nick, what is it? Oh, you put on Scrubs and you dance with. Nick was the one singing the song. I mean, short of me, if we handed him a bikini to wear, I mean, he would have had the ability to say, I don't want to wear that bikini.
Well, thank goodness Brittany didn't have the same conversation with Nick. Otherwise, Nick would not have gone up on stage and done the milkshake song.
Yeah.
Which was his idea. But by the way...
And everybody was down with it. It was great. It was maybe the high point of the evening.
But what I'm more... But at least it was Nick's party. And like it was Nick and Adolfo's 40th birthday. And Nick's a part of the show. Yeah. So I could have understand Nick going like, oh, they might do something to me where I am uncomfortable. Like when we had John be the magician and did the Shazawis thing, which John knew about beforehand. I'm just more fascinated that George thinks that he's like a part, like that the crowd there would have gone like, oh, George is here. Like I bet they dress him up and have him do something crazy. That George is in the orbit enough that we had something planned specifically for George, which could have been found out that wasn't the case. 10 seconds. Take 10 seconds. I obviously didn't care that he wasn't at the party because it didn't even occur to me until I just saw him. But Scott had said to us that he's coming at 5:30 and he wants to get there early and he wants to avoid traffic. And then if he just said I had to watch my kids, then you're like, who cares? Fine. But I knew it. I knew he would come in and be weird and say 7,000 different things and prepare himself on his phone. Hachi machi.
So I am a champion of the people.
Does it aggravate any of you?
Not to this extent, but I understand where you're coming from.
I'm fascinated by people who spend that much time thinking about things. Like George thought about that way more than we did. Like
Yes.
He had conversations with his wife about it.
That's the first thing that I thought of while he was going through that. Yes.
I'm like, wow, you really like rolled this around in your head a lot.
And that, like, you were somehow undercutting your career by going to the memoir party. I mean, like, all of that is just so badly thought out that it's just. I think if it was one of my kids,
no,
I would just be like, your instincts are so bad.
No, your instinct should have been to do the opposite. Make yourself a part of things.
Yes.
Yeah.
My instinct would be, I want to do everything.
Yes.
Everything. That anything I'm asked to do, I want to do.
Right.
That we were going to do something to him to undercut his credibility to be the midday show assistant producer.
Well, this is the era and age of personal branding, and he felt it was off-brand.
Dan, go ahead.
Good job for Nick. He goes with the jokes. You have him read silly things he can barely pronounce. And guess what? Everybody in Boston knows him, loves him. Then you get guys, Dan Shaughnessy. He lets you put Q-tips in his hair. You play with the joke. You roll with the joke. I'm done. I'm done with this George guy. Get him off the air. Don't let him use it.
I just think it's fascinating that he thought there was a whole scheme, like there was this whole plan in place to ridicule George, and you'll go, well, Fred, in the past you've done things like that. Yeah, with like Adolfo and like stuff like that. But George just was around the day we were talking about it. And we said, oh, well, George could be one of the dancers because I don't want to do a cattle call for male dancers. Just like we had the 4 girls from the clubs show up to dance with Adolfo. My God. George, if you're listening, do the opposite of everything you're thinking.
Do Costanza. Be Costanza.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do the opposite.
All right. Very good. My daughter's here, and I just think if my daughter said to me, like, Dad, I think that the whole world is got a big plan. I'd be like, what are you, Zoe, come on. Dude. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Stay tuned for more Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Hey, it's well.
I guess a couple weeks ago, I had been in Tennessee, and I was with my parents, and I said, you know what? Let's do something that requires no talking, and will get us out in time for dinner. Then we'll have an early dinner, and then bed will be my friend, and then sleep will take over. I was in Birmingham, Alabama. There was nothing to do. So I saw at one of the big multiplexes, there was a movie that wasn't a cartoon, called Young Washington. And we went and saw the movie. It had Ben Kingsley in it. It had Frasier in it. And we went and watched it. And I thought it was a little silly at the end. There was a battle scene where George Washington was doing like horse tricks and like bullets, dodging bullets and things like that. And then the guy called in, and I do remember this because I found it fascinating. And he said like something about like I was like he was a fan of the show, but he was something like, you're getting like really liberal. And it shocked me in that instance because I was like, what did I do? And then it was because Kelsey Grammer at the end of it was begging for money. And my father is 84 and lives in Tennessee. He watches a lot of Fox News. And my father and I were like, what the hell's going on? Why is he asking for money? Guy's worth $200 million, just on TV for 20 years, literally over 20 years. Major sitcoms. Like, why does this guy need my money? And what did I just see that's going to save the world? But little did I know that I had walked into a culture war. Adam and I had a big conversation about this off air. Like, he was explaining to me how I don't live, and I would take it you guys don't either. I don't know this online world where, like, all of these debates are taking place. I just thought I was going to a movie to kill time with my parents, and then fast forward to The Odyssey. Then I said, I don't want to see The Odyssey before it came out because The Odyssey is a terrible book that I didn't like in college. But that was walking into it because now apparently Elon Musk is saying he wants to remake The Odyssey using Grok, making it with AI because he doesn't like it because apparently people are pissed about The Odyssey. So now I'm going to see The Odyssey because so I can see what what all the fuss is about.
Right.
But so I think for like 90% of us, I would hope that we're kind of walking blind on these things. That we don't really know that there's this
all the turmoil that's bubbling underneath.
Right, like because I think the world's okay if Young Washington and The Odyssey are made, and I also think the world's okay if they're not made. I don't know that there was this. I am completely unaware if there's been this big blowback on George Washington. I don't know. Like I'm unaware. If it's happening, I'm unaware of it. And then I don't know what all there's someone who's trans in The Odyssey, and that's got everyone riled up because they don't like that. They don't like the trans people, so they're very angry about that.
The actor that was in Juno.
Oh well,
that's right.
Well, I was offended by Juno because it had a teen pregnancy, so I was very offended by that film too. So now I'm going to see The Odyssey because I got to see. If it's pissing everyone off this, or a faction of people off this much, but you have to understand that you have to be coherent. That debate in terms of like the films. This debate is going on in a very specific area.
Yeah, and I'm not above like arguing things like movies and music and sports, of course, but it's these secondary debates that are going on. It's like, oh, I'll just argue whether or not it's a good movie. I'm not going to argue about the cultural ramifications and whether or not it's something that's running, I guess. Afoul of the moral sensibilities. Oh no! Is it good? That's it. That's pretty much where my interest stops.
Well, there's stuff where it's kind of fun, like when John Waters would come out with a movie and Divine eats poo, like he's doing it deliberately to rile up a certain sect of people, and it's sort of fun. Like he's doing that deliberately to like kind of wave it in people's faces. He's got a very heavy man dressed as a woman eating poo. Like, that's a deliberate poke at the bear.
Let's see if this'll spook the horses.
Right. And so that's like kind of like a fun, deliberate thing. But like a Christopher Nolan epic $200 million film or George Washington produced by Frazier, these are not John Waters films that are deliberately trying to agitate. You could see how one could get through life without knowing that these are either of these films are political statements, which I still would not know if it were not for the caller, who I liked. I liked the caller. He was nice. We ended on good terms. But you could have blown me over with a feather if you would have told me that I had somehow by walking into Young Washington and thinking that the fight scene or the war scene at the end was silly, that I was somehow
you stepped into a real cultural firestorm.
And then, but Adam did put it the best, because Adam is involved in these things because he's got it, but he's got his own things going on. But like, he explained to me, he's like, because I'm an idiot. He's like, you, and I think you did too, Hardy, off air, like, because I was flummoxed. I don't know where these conversations are taking place. And you said to me, it's because you don't, what is political? Like you're not engaged in political debate online.
You're not drowning in he said, she said, liberal, conservative.
Like
I'm trying to remember it, but you don't see everything through the lens of politics.
Yes.
Right.
And you're, by the way, a better person for it.
Well, that's what I was angling
Yes.
for.
Yeah.
No, but I do want to explain to the audience that you have to give us as a collective, and I think everyone that talks for a living, a little bit of grace that, like, we might not know, like, that you're engaged in a heated debate online with someone about the merits of some movie. Like, some of us really are just trying to kill 2 hours in an air-conditioned room in Birmingham where you don't have to talk.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a big investment seeing Young Washington. Two senior citizens and me in and out for like $15. Like, it wasn't like a big decision to go see Young Washington, right? It was a Monday. It was just, I was in Birmingham. There was nothing to do. Wasn't going to take my parents to Minions. So like, sometimes you just walk into a movie.
You weren't making a statement by doing it. You weren't choosing sides in a political debate.
Nor did the movie offend me in any way, shape, or form. Nor do I think it's going to save the world. I don't really know how people going to see Young Washington is going to make the world a better place. I honestly don't. I'll go as far as to say I don't believe there is a cultural wave trying to discredit the presidency of George Washington. I'm going to go so far as to say I don't believe that.
But you see, the problem is, and where you kind of step in it, Fred, these are all the same things that Wallach said about Birth of a Nation, how he just likes the movie.
That's true. And it's just
Stuck the landing again, Hardy. Well done.
Michael, go ahead.
Freddie T. Won't give any spoilers away. The Odyssey, I really enjoyed it. I used to be that guy. I'm not even that old, but I used to be that guy just like shaking his hands at the clouds over like DEI and, representing different characters in ways. And, the Odyssey does that. I mean, there's like Asian guys playing like ancient Greek, like warriors.
Right.
So when you just like put that aside and get into the storyline of the movie, it's actually a really great movie. And that's all I wanted to say about that. So that's like the biggest thing about this whole thing. Like, and so now people are making little pictures of like Obama, the next movie Obama, and it's like Leonardo DiCaprio playing Obama.
Okay,
So
but
that-
can we?
that's-
But
that's
you
the
can
game
take
people are
that.
playing.
But see, here's the thing: is that if people are pissed about how the Odyssey is cast, it's it goes the other way too. Like there was the fat kid from Clueless was complaining that Brendan Fraser got the role as the whale because he wasn't fat enough in real life. So. Like you got to kind of be, and I'm not talking to you, Michael. It's just people got to be kind of consistent, right? Just be consistent. Like if you find it ludicrous that a fat guy would complain about a fat guy that wasn't fat enough getting the role of a fat guy, and that's misrepresentation, then you can't get pissed about Homer and what Homer wanted in a world where he would have known there were motion pictures representing his characters.
Right.
Like, I mean, just be consistent. If you're going to freak out about cast, you got to freak out about everything about it. If you're not going to freak out, then you're not going to freak out about any of it.
So the Odyssey has been called, a masterpiece by Christopher Nolan. First of all, do you know how many films Christopher Nolan has made?
12.
13. Okay. Vulture ranked all of the Christopher Nolan movies. Where do you think the Odyssey fell on that list?
Did he do the first Batman movie?
He did.
Dark Knight.
Well,
yeah.
Dark Knight's going to be number one, correct?
Incorrect. Dark Knight, number 3.
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer is number 2.
I never saw Oppenheimer. It seemed
really boring.
Yeah.
You got to pay attention for every second of those 3 hours. Yep.
I didn't need 3 hours. I get the story.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer.
That's right.
Thank you, Bird.
Which was a John Waters film.
So Dark Knight 3, Oppenheimer's 2.
What else did he make?
Memento.
Memento is number 8.
Memento was a good movie.
Memento is a very good movie.
I'm going to say The Odyssey is 5.
No, pretty close. Number 6.
All right.
So there is a sci-fi movie starring Matthew McConaughey. That's number 5.
Oh, I never saw. Is it the one with Jodie Foster?
Is that
that's,
Tenet?
That's Contact. Tenet is number 9. No, that's the time travel one.
Okay, I get him confused. All right.
Everybody loves this movie. Matthew McConaughey.
Interstellar.
Interstellar.
I don't even know what that movie is.
Interstellar is another 3-hour epic.
Also confusing.
Is it woke?
Alternate dimensions.
Is it woke?
Not
Because
woke,
if
not
it's-
enough.
If it's woke,
It's pretty woke, but not woke enough for my taste.
because if it's woke, I'm glad I didn't see it. It's very woke.
World War II epic is the number one Christopher Nolan.
Dunkirk.
Yes, that is number 1.
Okay.
The Prestige, number 4. That is a Christian Bale and who's the song and dance man who plays Wolverine?
Wolverine. Yeah.
The guy from the
Hugh Jackman.
Thank you.
It's a fantastic movie. That was number 4.
Okay.
I like
But
how you
magic,
describe-
I assume, right?
A lot of magic, a lot of illusion in it.
I understand. Yeah.
I like how you call him the song and dance man because Hugh Jackman has really become quite a song and dance
Oh,
man.
he's a real dandy.
What would it take you to see the Neil Diamond film that he made with Kate Hudson?
I mean, dollar amount. Really sit down and watch this thing through it. I do it for $400.
Yeah, I think I'm
Okay.
around the same price point.
Yeah.
Because I'll go see anything, as you know.
Yes.
Zoe and I will go.
But you won't see
anything.
this.
What? No, I'm going to see the Odyssey.
No, but
Oh no, the Sing Song Blue
yes,
or whatever.
Song
No.
Song Blue.
No, and I saw the Springsteen one, which is a real snooze.
Okay.
I mean, it's just about the making of the album Nebraska.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is a snooze. I mean, that album's a real snooze. I mean,
Yeah.
even if you like the album, you have to admit it's not sonically like adventurous. It's him and an acoustic guitar. It's a very raw album.
But this is
The making of it's even more boring than the album.
this isn't news. Christopher Nolan really, really markets in these very difficult to understand movies. I mean, Inception, I get it. I kind of, for the most part. Now, Tenet, I tried 3 times, and
never saw it.
I kept trying to understand how this time travel thing was actually working, and I gave up on it. I actually argued with Felger about it because he says he understood it and loved it. I'm like, no, you didn't.
Okay.
No, you didn't.
Well,
Stop it.
Inception ends kind of like with the top, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's
Spoiler
not,
alert.
That's not overly difficult to understand.
But there were dimensions inside dimensions.
No, I know. But at the end, it kind of is a concrete answer to the question, given the top spinning and not stopping.
I do like that I'm not alone in this because in the review on
Or stopping. It stops at the end, right?
No,
Like
it just
that's-
keeps,
it's
no, it
still
keeps
spinning.
Okay. Well, whatever. Maybe I didn't understand.
I'm glad I'm not alone in this because the reviewer for Vulture said about the movie Tenet, there are parts that feel like it is a direct response from the director who criticized Inception for being too exposition heavy. You can almost hear Nolan saying, okay, wise guy, how do you like it when I don't explain things? And that's what Tenet is. I'm like, wait a second. They have to go backwards in order to go backwards through time. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense.
Is it a law situation where there's no explanation, where it's just they just tried a bunch of stuff and couldn't pay any of it off?
I think he could probably explain his time travel theory if he were sitting here with us. But it's almost,
Ryan, get him on the phone.
Yeah. Batman Begins, number 10. I think that's a much better movie than that. The Dark Knight Rises is 11. And something called The Following was the last movie on the list. But in at number 12, I think a very underrated movie with Robin Williams. Robin Williams in a Christopher Nolan film.
The World According to Garp.
This is not The World According to Garp.
The football movie where him and Kirk Russell.
Yes.
Kurt Russell.
Yes, Best of Times.
Jumanji.
The Taft Rockets.
Half the people showed up for you to catch the ball. Half the people showed up to watch you drop it.
Al Pacino and Robin Williams in this Christopher Nolan movie set in Alaska.
Philadelphia.
Alaska?
Set in Alaska. Yeah, Philadelphia.
Trading places. I have no idea.
No.
Insomnia.
Oh, okay.
You've never seen Insomnia, Fred. You should see that movie.
I just started going to movies since I got sober. So you're going to have to give me some
Well, this
grace.
one is no longer in theaters, but you should watch it on your cable.
So how many years is that?
You've been watching movies for 3 years
3
now.
years, yes.
Yeah, over 3 years. All right. Okay, let's take a break. When we come back, we can do our award-winning email segment.
More touch your.
All right. We are Toucher and Hardy. Our email segment is powered by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Don't just send an email. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777 or visit gottagetglassman.com. If you'd like to email us, you can find our email addresses at 985thesportshub.com. You can also follow us on social media at Toucher and Hardy, at Hardy985, and only on Instagram, exclusively on Instagram, at Fred Toucher, where the content is being churned out on a regular basis. A lot of feedback on George. I'll just read one. Alex says, worse common sense than Lombardi. Wow, that guy doesn't realize that being made fun of is exactly what it entails to be part of the Zolak show. George, and I'm rooting for him. I hope George gets this assistant producing job for Zolak and Bertrand. But when he came in today, I remembered that he was supposed to come out to our party, and George didn't show up. Now, the original thing was we were going to have 4 girls dance with Adolfo during his song, and then 4 guys in scrubs accompany Nick on stage. And when we were kind of brainstorming who would wear the scrubs, George was in here, and someone, me or you or someone else, suggested that George come in and wear the scrubs. George never showed up to the party, and George said that his wife and him had a discussion that saying that he had to be careful that not to be humiliated at the party.
Didn't want to damage his brand.
At the party. And to that, I was saying that it's, I guess, but like the hubris to think that you were important enough to be someone that was going to be like, have a spotlight shown on you. It was literally just a body. And you know what? George would have been on stage and we would have talked to him. We just would have like gone, oh, George is here. Or maybe he wouldn't even brought him on stage. We'd just been like, George is here. He would have gotten a little shine. I mean, it's the idea that we would almost like a dinner for schmucks have George come out with the sole purpose of, without any of even of his knowledge, like spring a humiliation on him, I don't think is on brand. Like, even in the BCN days, the stuff with Adolfo was in on it. I mean, I'm obviously still friends with the guy. I was mean to Nick, but I was mean to Nick. I wasn't springing it on him. I wasn't like Trojan horsing him so I could really publicly humiliate him on a stage in front of everyone. It's a little odd.
Get her out of there!
Yeah. I have no regrets about that. Absolutely not.
Played it in as part of the video on Friday night.
Zero regrets about yelling at Nick.
Timmons said, say what you will about George, but you can't deny that he is indeed building a brand. That brand, Paranoid Weirdo. That's mean.
I wasn't going to read that.
That isn't nice.
But no, listen, I guess I understand. It's a little disheartening that he thought. There's two things about the George not coming for that reason that would bother me. One is, I think of like my own kids, and if they were like, I want to get this job, my instinct is not to go to things. Like, if you want stuff, like, you got to do everything. Like, not humiliate yourself, but like show up at everything. Like, that's way better than not going to stuff. First of all, that instinct is incorrect. And two, I don't know if it's fair that like we would spring some major humiliation on him with the whole joke being, look at how we're being mean to George, because of a couple things. One, like that's something that we would do. And two, that George would be someone where the joke would even work, right? Like, George is such a part of our orbit that like guys get it. Like, because if you play it out in your head, if we did something to humiliate George on stage, it would have gone over horribly, because it would have been like, who is this guy and why are they doing this to him? Mm-hmm. Do you understand? Like, when John did the magic, which I would argue is not humiliating, John knew he was doing the magic, and John got magic stuff and did the joke. He did magic. Like, he got up there and did it. I didn't sit there teaching him the tricks. Like, John goes like, I'm going to do the magic thing.
Well, how could you?
And it was part of there was a lead into it. I know I don't. You could have done it, but you weren't part of the show yet. But there was like a lead in where there was like a funny commercial. We were playing jokes on John, getting him read commercials that weren't really commercials. And it was funny because he was like flipping out about it. So the magic thing was kind of the end of that.
Yeah.
Like, that was the end of us doing that to him. And he was in on it. But John was on the show 4 hours a day every day. Like we'll just stand in front of a crowd, like, humiliating a guy that no one knows. I mean, that's insane.
There is something about, I think, George's speech pattern that does irk you, Fred. And to me,
he said there were 17 things why he couldn't come to the party.
To me, it's all a song and it's a sonnet, and I embrace every word. But Andrew, I think, is on board with you. He said George talks like a college student trying to reach a word count on an essay.
It's like that scene from summer school. Very, 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 very good.
He said that he had to babysit his kids, which is valid. By the way, he doesn't even have to. I just said, why didn't you show up? And if he said I had to babysit my kids, I mean, what am I going to do? Like, okay, you had to babysit your kids, but he didn't say that. He said he had to babysit his kids. Then he said that his wife told him not to do it. But then he said that he gave 5 different reasons why he couldn't come to the thing, when any of them would have sufficed. The only one that was at all offensive is my wife told me not to come because I was going to be humiliated. Anything else, I didn't feel well. I had the kids. My car broke down. Like, fine. I didn't. Did any of you notice George wasn't there during the party?
No,
of course not, because nothing was planned.
Right.
I didn't even bring the scrubs. Oh my goodness!
The only person I noticed being there / not being there was Nick, because he was so late and it was his party.
Right.
That was weird.
But no one yelled at him. Nick has to say that. Everyone treated him with respect on his birthday. No, Nick. No, being late is understandable. Everyone's been late for something. Getting someone out of eyesight of someone that's seated in a stationary position is something that needs to be yelled about. And then to be incredulous, like it was like handling like an oiled up seal or something. Just kept springing out of his hands.
Somebody who was at the party, Sarah from Everett, is emailed.
Oh, good.
Can you please ask Fred to stop saying I called him a dick? I didn't. I said to him, I won't apologize for my emails. I found him very insufferable at that time and was sending them in between his rants about this and that. Then I said to Fred, I've been with you since your conception. Conception? What? I think you're incredibly entertaining, and whether you like me or not, I'll remain a fan. The show has been very good lately. As a dog walker, I need and love 98.5. You are my 8-hour audio sitcom. Thank you.
Okay, so Sarah, again, we can revisit the conversation that we had at the party. You came up to me. I did not recognize you, but then you introduced yourself as Sarah from Everett. We hugged.
Nice.
And I said, and she said, because I'm not mad at you. I said, you just have to understand when you're insulting someone every day, numerous times a day, they're not going to react to it well. And she said, okay, she didn't call me a dick. She said I was insufferable.
Mhm.
And I went, oh, okay.
Close enough.
And I went, oh, okay, like, it's nice to see you. And I chatted with her for like a minute, and that was that. But so I apologize. I got the word wrong. It was insufferable. Not that I was a dick. It was that I was insufferable.
I think in a thesaurus, you'll find those two pretty
I was
close.
going to say, you say dick, I say insufferable. Close enough.
But the only thing I want to get across to humans is that because I know when I do it, if I constantly insult you, like I wouldn't guess Bill and Jordan Hudson are big fans of mine. Like it wouldn't shock me if they were aware of me at all, they would dislike me very much. I would dislike me too. I make fun of them a lot. When you make fun of someone or say negative things about them on a daily basis, they're not going to like turn around and like you. Like, you know?
Yeah.
And like not dislike her like when she comes up to me at a party, like I'm not gonna. She wanted a hug, I gave her a hug. She said, you know, like bygones be bygones. I go, don't worry about it. I go, it doesn't matter to me. But when Hardy reads an email saying how much I suck, how do you want me to react to it after the 17th one? Like, I mean, you know,
maybe part of it is on me for reading 17 of them. I don't know.
Well, we got the Nick bit out of it. So, I mean, she came in. She was good on the air when she came in. So you win. You did it. You had the right instinct.
I like that. That was devious. You just kept pushing him until he broke. That was good.
Phil emailed something.
I never broke on Sarah from Everett. I never broke. I never said anything disparaging about her other than the emailing, and that it was. I don't understand how she doesn't. Why she would think I would like her.
So Phil emailed him with a kernel of an idea. I'm just going to punch it up a bit, and I thank you, Phil. I like this. But he said, nothing wrong between Fred and George that can't be solved with the sit down in the Cloud9 Cafe, the cafeteria here in the building. You, George, table for 6 by the window, the blue shirts, Louth, Radzik, no hangers on.
A friend of the guy who owns Toscano's.
You've given him a lot of publicity these last few weeks.
My buddy. Okay, so I'm just gonna. I won't read the guy's name, but he says my buddy who I grew up with and started and owns Toscano's. You're so on point with making fun of Bill Simmons dropping a name like that. I'm guessing he won't want that, and they're doing just fine without Simmons. I have to ask him if he's upset or if there might have been some uptick in business since you started making fun of it. I think Bill Simmons did him as a service. Either way, why not just say a private room in the North End? Or why not say nothing?
That's the other option. Yeah.
Instead of creating a fantasy. Like, first of all, the point is so stupid. If everyone got together and talked, they could work this all out. Well, what an inventive idea. You must have taken mushrooms and gone to Yosemite to come up with an idea like that. You think that it's like almost like Gorbachev and Reagan hash things out face to face.
No agents, just you.
No flunkies.
George, no flunkies.
Right.
No flunkies.
Right.
It's a guy who likes the Celtics way too much. He likes the Celtics too much. He's too old for this kind of nonsense. And Toscano's was over the top Boston. I don't even know what Toscano's is. I'm sure it's a lovely restaurant. And Bill Simmons thought that was the place. And if they have private rooms, but and I'm not making fun of Toscano's at all.
No.
I think that's pretty obvious. I mean, I've never heard of the restaurant. I'm sure it's great. I'm making fun of the point of name checking a Boston restaurant. Like, you know, everyone gets it. It's just too much. It's too much with the Boston stuff already. We live in the internet's around now. Everyone's knows what's going on. You like Boston. Fantastic.
You should live here if you like it so much.
I mean, there is, yeah. You got a ton of money. Like, yeah.
You could live in Boston.
Yeah, you could live anywhere you wanted in Boston.
Yeah.
You could get a whole floor of the Hancock building or something. I just name check something.
Nice.
You know what else?
It gives it cred.
How about the Prudential Center? How about the 10th floor of the Pru?
The Pru.
I call it the Pru.
Just call it the Pru.
Yeah, just take 128 to the Pru.
Can't do that.
I know. All right, look, we'll be back, and finally this thing can end for good. All right. Here are the
That's
headlines.
it. Show's over after today.
Yep. All right, here are the headlines.
Sports Hub Headlub. We know what you're thinking. What could I possibly have missed from the show? It's time for The Stack on Toucher and Hardy.
All right, we are Toucher and Hardy, and we are finishing things up here. Before Zolak and Bertrand will be at Patriots camp.
Yep. You remember the couple in Natick that was being harassed by eBay? Do you remember this story?
Yes. I do. It was crazy.
Yeah. They had written some stuff about eBay on their website that followed technology and companies and stuff like that. And eBay said, okay, we're going to ruin these people's lives. And they threatened them online. They started making deliveries to their home, including a bloody pig mask, live spiders, a funeral wreath. They followed them around town, tried to put a tracker on their car. So people ultimately pleaded guilty to criminal charges. The company paid a $3 million penalty. They have now won a settlement against them. eBay and former execs will pay this couple $56 million to settle the lawsuit for what they call bizarre harassment.
Yeah, it was very bizarre. So the guy that was like in charge of eBay, the guy that was like the head of a, publicly traded, the IPO on eBay had to be hundreds of millions of dollars. They do this thing where I don't even remember what the couple did. They didn't like something or made an online critique of something.
They wrote about like compensation within the company. They wrote about, the corporate structure and like some of the just some of the goings on within the company.
Suffice it to say, this wasn't like the Hearst family. Like this wasn't some media conglomerate that was, taking them down. And for some reason, the guy who was the head of eBay became obsessed with them.
Yeah.
And started really torturing them and sending out like many employees to, do these tasks to just try to ruin these people's lives and scare them into thinking they were going to be killed. And it's one of the more bizarre stories you'll ever hear, not just because of the lengths that they go, but the position of the person spearheading it. You would think that he would have so much more to do and so much more at his disposal where two people that insulted him, or I don't even really know if they insulted him, to be fair. Whatever they did certainly didn't even warrant the head of a company emailing them and telling them anything negative, let alone this massive undertaking. I mean, it's really strange. And it's strange that people at the company did what he said too.
Oh yeah.
It's like, go find me a bloody pig head and send it to these people. No.
Yeah, go ruin these people's lives.
I'm not going to go find this stuff. This isn't funny.
Why? Well, they wrote an article saying that you earn 100 times what the employees do and that they don't have enough protection for the sellers on the site. They said what?
Yeah.
Right, and no one read it because no one cares about these two people. Again, it's not like it was on the front page of the New York Times, which would be bizarre anyway, but to go after anyone like this.
So $56 million for them. And here's something that I think you will enjoy, Fred. The Yankees have unveiled their latest bobblehead night. Will take place on August 27th. It is a George Costanza bobblehead. He is depicted wearing his Yankees jacket and holding a calzone.
Well, that will be a crowd that's very well behaved in line 5 hours before the game starts because I even want that. All right, Zoe, bring your friend over. Zoe has a friend. My daughter Zoe has a friend, Margot. Who
right over there.
At Zoe's birthday party. Zoe, go to the mic with Margot. All right. All right. Margot, hello.
Hi.
You've got a lot of personality. Now, you're going to be a sophomore.
Yes.
And you came up to me at Zoe's birthday party, and you said, I'm interested in coming in and seeing how things work.
I am. I'm a sports editor for my school's newspaper, and we also do not have any broadcasting or commentating or anything like that for our school of sports. And Newton South is a big school, and interested in learning more about it.
Donna Martin graduates. This has got 90210 vibes to it.
I know. It's
Right.
true.
She's sticking it to the man.
Yeah.
All right. And your father was impressed by Nick and Ryan.
Yes.
But he wasn't really, was he?
No, he was.
He was just saying that.
Impressed in what way? They make an impression on you, but it's not always a good one.
Right. But George was not so impressive today. I could
don't
tell.
know about that.
You
It
were
was
smart.
entertaining.
Oh, thank you.
And that's all you can ask for.
Well, Margot,
That's good.
I mean this sincerely. You have got a bright future in whatever you choose to do, because I'll tell you, even Zoe was telling me, she's like, Margot's almost too smart. She's like, because I'm very impressed that you came up and you said that you wanted to learn more about broadcasting. So I'm glad that you got to come in today.
Yes.
Zoe, is it weird to hear someone say that your father is insufferable?
Yeah.
Do you find it odd? Because it just occurred to me. Do you find it odd that people insult me? People that you've never met, that we've never met, insult me?
Do I find it weird?
Well, you got talking to the mic.
Do I find it weird that people...
Do you find it weird?
No.
Oh, you don't.
No.
You can understand where they're coming
It all
from.
makes sense.
Yeah. We're putting some pieces of the puzzle together here.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, she has the disadvantage of being my offspring. I mean, there is that disadvantage.
Pshaw disadvantage.
You got a real uphill battle ahead of you, sister.
Look closely. Here's your future.
Well, Margot, she wanted to hang out with you, so she got up early today and
Yeah,
she came out.
She woke up at 5 a.m.
She did. All right. Well, Margot, thank you for coming in. You got a bright future ahead of you. Your father's a good guy. That'll do it for us. I have to go meet clients. I'm very important. All right.
Another Fred Toucher mentee kicked out of the nest. Go fly. Go
Yeah.
fly, young Margot.
You got chutzpah, girl. Good for you. All right. That'll do it.